Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the all new. Well, I shouldn't say all new, but maybe all new. But we're coming back with a brand new episode of the ZodWriter Show. That's right. This is the live stream that I started with on YouTube, the original ZodWriter Show under the original ZodWriter Show banner. And I had retired it temporarily because my good friend, Johnny Alpha, aka Graphic Vandalism, was away for a while and now he's back. So I felt like it was time to bring back the ZodWriter Show banner. What's up, Johnny?
Not much, man. Just chilling, just living life. What's good, bro?
Man, it's just so great to be back. It's so great to see you and to see the stuff that you're doing. For those that don't follow Johnny, I have the link directly to his YouTube channel, Graphic Vandalism, in the description of this video. Please make sure you give Johnny a sub, give Johnny a like, check out some of his content because Johnny, you're killing it with Pink Buzz, man. You're doing all the right things. I mean, you guys should at the very least, you guys should have 1K subs by now, at the very least.
Oh, well, you know how it is, man. Like I cover a niche market, you know what I mean? If I covered like big two comics, I'd understand. I would probably have a bigger following, but like it's just how it is when you're into indie shit. But I like the audience that I have, and I love rubbing shoulders with your audience from time to time. It's been a long time since I've been in the Snyder Well. I have not been keeping up with the meta of this anime. So like I'm really interested in catching up on this lore that's been happening behind my back. So yeah, like what is going on with
Well, did you see Black Adam?
No, I'm waiting for it to hit streaming.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
don't go to the theaters really.
But did you hear that? Did you hear about, Henry Cavill coming back as Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been pretty big. So of course, because Henry Cavill's back, we've got all of this speculation on the future of DC. And you heard that one of your favorite filmmakers, James Gunn, is head of DC now. Did you hear about that?
I heard that like he's going to be doing a couple movies, but
No, he's head of DC. He runs DC Studios.
wow.
He's the head
I
of the,
didn't know
he
that.
is the head of DC.
So you must be pretty pissed off, huh?
No. He's the head, and then the money guy is Peter Safran, the guy handling the other stuff. But James Gunn is the creative guy, and he's going to be doing all the helping map out the alleged.
He's going to be the
plan.
Feige, right?
Yeah, right. Now you remember, and I'm glad. I'm so glad I can talk to you.
Oh, I know. Like you're going to go back to your conspiracy theory that they're going to do Marvel versus DC on live action, right?
Yeah, well, you know me. See, and this is what I'm talking about. See, how I felt about James Gunn, and you remember when I did my big video, and everybody thought I was nuts. How I said that, James Gunn was going to be the bridge between Kevin Feige and DC, and was going to basically make it possible for there to eventually be a Marvel versus DC movie. Now you do remember all that, correct?
Right.
And now that James Gunn is in that position of power, and then I went and I researched it, and I'd found out that James Gunn actually did pitch the idea of some sort of Marvel versus DC collaborative project. So I feel kind of vindicated now because I feel like I'm 100% right. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I don't think it's going to be something that, again, is immediate because they've got a lot of stories to tell. They've got a lot of things to do. But I think before the end of that 10 years, or before the end of James Gunn, maybe even sooner, a little bit sooner, maybe before the end of James Gunn's 4-year contract, something like that will be greenlit or will actually take place. And I've kind of changed my views since you've been gone on James Gunn. I'm not as hard on him in terms of, I understand that, I might not be the biggest fan of the movies that he's done, but at the end of the day, as an executive,
It
he's
could be worse. It could be worse, no matter what.
not
Like,
only that, not only that, he's a creative man and he understands what it's like to be a director and have his projects taken away from him. He understands. So this past weekend there was this big trending event to hashtag release the Ayer Cut of Suicide Squad. They're still fighting for that. I don't know if you were aware of that at all, but they're still trying to get the Ayer Cut of Suicide Squad. And James Gunn put out a statement, saying that they're open to everything, but they're moving, but they're focusing on moving forward with the future of DC. To make a long story short, to paraphrase, and everybody lost their minds thinking, "Oh, James Gunn just shut down the idea of releasing the Ayer Cut," or just how these illiterate fanboys can be, Johnny, where they don't read, they don't comprehend anything, and they just hear what they want to hear from whatever they take whatever they want and they garner whatever they want from what's being said, whether it's there or not, right?
right.
So because James Gunn said that they're focusing on the projects going forward, people took that to mean that there's not going to be any Ayer Cut, there's not going to be anything else, in spite of the fact that James Gunn literally used the hashtag release the Ayer Cut. And guess what else? David Ayer retweeted what James Gunn said. Okay, he retweeted it and he commented positively on what James Gunn said. So to me, that's a pretty good indicator of the kind of working relationship that they have and the fact that they have a friendship and that they're cordial with each other. And the idea of the Ayer Cut happening is I think now more possible than ever. But I don't know. I mean, hearing all of that, it's pretty incredible. And then Henry Cavill, made his big return at the end of Black Adam, and then he was interviewed, and during the interview, they played a video recording from Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder literally said that he cannot wait to work with Henry Cavill again in the future. He literally said that, and said that Henry Cavill is the best Superman of all time. And yet people still are not convinced that Zack Snyder is going to come back and work with Henry Cavill on another DC project. They're convinced that that's not happening, even though he came out. They literally have Zack Snyder on video. I don't know. I don't know, Johnny. I guess I'm just old fashioned. I like to read. I like to pay attention. I have comprehension of things. I don't know.
Well, I mean, didn't Henry Cavill quit doing The Witcher because he's getting so back into doing DC shit? So
yeah, exactly.
So I mean, like, somebody could make an argument like saying like, oh, they both work for Netflix, maybe they're going to do Rebel Moon 2 together or something. But I don't know. It sounds like I don't see why they wouldn't. It would just be throwing such a big bone to everybody, Like, even if like they don't let him do Justice League, even if they like let him do Hawkman or something with Henry Cavill in it, like,
I don't know.
Starring, I don't know.
I feel like there's all this controversy now because Jason Momoa went all crazy like he did yesterday, celebrating because he said something was coming, and a couple months ago he corroborated a scoop that Syl Abdul and Mikey Sutton had said about Ben Affleck coming back as Batman, and he actually has a video where him and Ben Affleck are on the video together, and Jason Momoa literally says, "Yes, Ben is back as Batman." So he's been confirmed. So it's sort of like a Blues Brothers thing where it looks like they're getting the band back together, and everybody is excited, and people are. But yet there's so much negativity surrounding it because people either want it to happen, don't want it to happen, or they have Snyder derangement syndrome, and every time they hear Snyder's name, they just lose their minds and go crazy and are completely unlivable. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I'm pretty excited as a DC fan because I liked Black Adam a lot. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was a fun movie. I don't think it was like a masterpiece or anything, but it was fun, mind-numbing entertainment. And again, it was The Rock as Black Adam, so you kind of have, you have that dynamic. You should kind of know what you're getting into and what you're going to expect. But it was definitely nice to see Hawkman and Doctor Fate and
Yeah, I heard
Adam
Fate was the
Smasher.
bomb. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
James Bond was hella good as Doctor
Oh,
Fate in that
oh
movie.
yeah, yeah.
Pierce Brosnan,
I'm
I
gonna
heard
be
he.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Doctor Fate was the standout for me. Was my favorite character in the movie. I was so excited to see him. He 100% he killed it as Doctor Fate. I can't wait till you see the movie, Johnny. It's gonna be great to get your review because I know it's been a while since you've dipped your toe into the DC pool. So
Well, I was pretty excited for this one as soon as I saw like Hawkman and a bunch of the JSA characters were going to be up in there, and that they were actually going to have the JSA in the film. Like that really turned me around to it because otherwise I was just like, I don't like The Rock, but so I wasn't too excited for it until I found out like all the other characters that were going to be in it. But hell yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it.
yeah. Just I mean, it's the characters are great. It's a lot of fun. The visuals are a lot of fun. The fight scenes are amazing. The action is really cool. Uh, it's a great theatrical experience. I'll just put it to you that way. And we got Taladea Plays here, says he subbed to your channel. So that's cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, again, man, I gotta get you to 1,000 subs, Johnny. I mean, this graphic vandalism has been teetering on the brink for a while, and it's about time. Got to get your channel monetized here. And we got Batdan's thoughts with hashtag Superbro Corey, hashtag Obi-Wan gave up, hashtag I stand with Anakin Skywalker, and hashtag the Sith are the good guys. I agree with every single one of those hashtags. Teledea says, "What's good, Super Bro Corey and Batdan?" Let's see, we got all these great people here in the chat today. Got Oh So Fresh. Everybody's ready. Batdan says this whole Marvel versus DC movie is a lot more probable now. Yeah, I agree. Sickness says hashtag Zod was right. Yeah, I was. I mean, oh, you were so offensive with the way you talked about James Gunn, Zod. I mean, James Gunn is a saint, and you talk about James Gunn like he's the devil incarnate. Zod, your opinions about James Gunn are dangerous. Yeah, I was actually told that my opinions about James Gunn are dangerous. But I changed my tune. I'm not angry
Now
at
you're
James Gunn
dangerous
anymore.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at James Gunn anymore. I'm completely fine. I'm like, okay, he's an executive now. People have to grow up sometime. He's an executive. To get that position, being a filmmaker, and to get that executive spot, that's pretty monumental, all things considered. I mean, but again, I was completely wrong when I said he was Feige's right-hand man. Well, I got news for y'all. They tried to get Kevin Feige to come over to DC. Kevin Feige said no. So who did they go for? The closest man to Feige, James Gunn. It all makes perfect sense. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about though, right? I don't know anything. Oh, so fresh. Shouting out Real Talk Productions. And Batdan says, but ZodWriter, Zack Snyder was just helping Henry Cavill with his negotiation tactic. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just a one-off in Black Adam. You won't see Henry Cavill in any more movies. That's what some people are actually saying. Even though Henry Cavill came out on his Instagram himself and confirmed that he is back as Superman 100%.
Well, he has been saying that he's never
He's
left
got like
Superman,
he's
though.
got like a, but no, but he literally now he's got like a deal in place. He's going to be in multiple films. They're going to do a Man of Steel sequel. We don't know who the director's going to be yet, but there's going to be a Man of Steel sequel. There's all kinds of speculation about what that could be about, even though I think a no-brainer would be for it to be about Brainiac, but that's just me. I don't, it's like, I don't know. I'm excited about DC moving forward, though. I think it's going to be cool because I think we're going to get a lot of stuff that we otherwise would not have gotten under the old regime.
Okay, if they do a Man of Steel 2, do you think that they're going to keep up with like kind of how it left off? Do you think that they might try to reboot it with like Lex Luthor or anything? You think they'll keep the Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor if they do go forward with a new Man
I,
of Steel?
I don't know if they do another Man of Steel. I'm confused as to where it would be in the timeline too. I think it'll be one of those things where the people will it'll have to be, because it's going to be interesting to see where it falls. And I think what it's all going to be about is who is going to direct it, and where do they want to take the story. Because from what I've been seeing, it looks like Henry Cavill wants Superman to be hopeful and be super positive, and they want to call. I think we are under the assumption, because of Danny Garcia's tweets, that the movie is going to be called Superman: Dawn of Hope.
That would be cool
She
if they actually call it Superman, because like if they do want to make it all cheerful and happy, that would be like the perfect title for it. And that way they can kind of somewhat soft reboot it, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do, because I don't think like Jesse Eisenberg wants to come back, does he? I mean, I haven't heard him talk about it, but
I don't know, but from
he
what I
got so
heard,
much hate. I wouldn't if I was
from,
him.
from what I heard, they probably won't even use. They probably won't even use Lex Luthor in this next one. That's what I've heard. But
Well, they'll have to bring him back eventually, though, unless like they're just gonna make one more sequel to it, which I don't think they'll do, since like they're obviously gonna want to like launch this as a universe, like you're saying. They brought James Gunn in to Feige this thing, so they're gonna have
mhm.
to have Lex at least mentioned. They're gonna have to hint at him, otherwise fans will get pissed. You know how the fans are.
Yep, absolutely, I agree. Fans will get upset, and it will be. But what else is new? You're always gonna have fans upset. Fans are never happy about anything, and that's just the facts. They are not they're not ever happy about anything. At the end of the day, you get the people that complain no matter what movies come out, no matter what the realities are or aren't. I'm absolutely just happy to see that they've got some cohesive ideas in place, that they actually want to do like a 10-year plan. They actually have something that they want, a story that they want to strive for, and it's not just all a bunch of off the cuff stuff that they don't really have any ideas for. And I think that's a good thing.
Well, I
And
think with what they have already, like if they build off of Justice League, they got a really cool build up to a pretty rad Crisis movie. I
yeah,
mean,
that's what we're under the assumption that Zack Snyder is going to do. We believe that he's going to eventually come back and do like a Final Crisis movie, that they're going to build towards something like that, which would be amazing, honestly. Bat Dan says, I think Dawn of Hope will be between Zack Snyder's Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Henry Cavill has said in previous interviews that he wants people to see the hero of Superman before he succumbs to the anti-life equation. Yeah, and let's be honest, it's going to take Darkseid a long time to get to Earth. Remember, Darkseid said at the end of Justice League, we're going to use the old ways. So that means that it's going to take Darkseid a long time. So they got plenty of time to tell stories in between Darkseid invading Earth. They don't have to do it right away. See, they can take their time, like you were saying, Johnny, and build the universe and tell these stories and give,
yeah, and they
and
can introduce a couple new gods here and there, kind of hint at
yep,
Apocalypse and stuff. Like just build it up.
yep.
I hate to say like Marvel did, but like it's the what people are gonna say anyways. So, but yeah, like just
Well, just having a cohesive universe is a good idea. I mean, it's just a good way of doing things because at least then you can introduce characters and stories and have something exciting for everybody, not just a subsection of fans. You want to appeal to as many people as possible. So and I'm all for that, and that's what I think Black Adam was trying to do. Black Adam was trying to give something for everybody. I mean, people are excited. Oh my God, we got Henry Cavill back as Superman. We got the Justice Society. We got Black Adam, and I would argue that Black Adam was the least important character of his own movie. People that really wanted to see that are DC fans, went to see it for the JSA and went to see it for Cavill. They didn't go to see it for The Rock. I'm just being honest. They didn't go to see it for The Rock. I mean, it's cool that he's Black Adam. I mean, he's been waiting to play the guy since 1998, but still.
Yeah, he got cast right after Man of Steel came out, right? Like, God, that movie was been on hold forever. I was like waiting for I thought they were gonna wait until he wasn't famous anymore to finally make the movie. Like where they were going with it.
They're gonna do like a Shia LaBeouf. He's not. The Rock will be telling people he's not famous anymore, and then you're gonna do Black Adam. I'm not famous anymore. Oh my God, it's crazy. Sickness says, I seriously hope they bring back Jesse Eisenberg. I think he said in an interview that he would like to come back to the character. Bat Dan said, Jesse Eisenberg's my Lex Luthor. F the haters. The Savage Bat, what's up, man? I'm out of the game with the flu. I'll see you at the weekend and catch you on the replay. All right, Savage Bat, I hope you feel better, bro. Thank you for stopping by, man. Bat Dan's Thought says, hopes you feel better, Savage Bat. Get well, Savage Bat. Sending well wishes to the Savage Bat, etc., etc. Let's see. Everybody take care, Savage Bat. What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's doing good. How's it going? Yeah, I'm just saying, man, this is a good time to be excited for the future of DC. I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to at least have some ideas, and they've got to be positive, and they've got to try to appeal to as many fans as possible.
And I hope they do more with their TV stuff. I mean, like the few shows that they've had that are good,
Yeah,
have been really good.
They've been canceling stuff left and right, Johnny.
Yeah, well, I know that like Doom Patrol and Titans are getting one more season each, from what I understand, and then they're both getting shit canned too. So it would be really good if they brought out some more like smaller characters on TV, though. That would be.
Yeah, and the idea, what James Gunn was saying, was the idea is they want to make it cohesive across all mediums, so TV, animation, and movies.
I think they should leave animation out of it, but I think the other two should be connected. But I like the animated movies, how they have them.
It is nice that we get to see animated movies based off of different storylines that we know they'll never do in live action. But apparently we're hearing that Blue Beetle movie is pretty good. There's rumors that Blue Beetle movie is quite a film. So
I don't see why not. I mean, like, he's such a fun character. And I mean, they hint at Booster Gold in it. Like, it could be fucking one of the coolest, weird little DC things that they put out.
That's okay, Bad Dan. You didn't mean to post that twice. We know that you're a Jesse Eisenberg fan. So today there was a lot of drama on Twitter today, and I was defending hashtag Syl Nation. We were all fighting, trying to defend the honor of Scooper Supreme, Mikey Sutton, as well as Syl Abdul. Those of you who are in the chat now know exactly what I'm talking about. We had quite a huge discussion going on, and the discussion was going on against none other than everybody's favorite holy man, Enosh. My God, man, everybody's favorite holy man. I'm on a roll today. I really am. I just don't. I just don't know what to say about myself. It's like thinking about that guy. I got so many things to say. It's just ridiculous. Um, yeah, but Johnny, you had the privilege of being here back when we actually had Enosh on here as a guest of the ZodWriter Show, and I don't know, it was a unique experience. Let's just put it
Yeah,
that
he
way.
kind of just threw shade the whole time he was here. Like, not a cool dude in my opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty uncool. It was pretty uncool, and I'm pretty and I'm pretty shattered by a lot of the things that I heard. I heard him say today about Syl and Mikey and the way he came at a bunch of people. It was like he thought he was fighting some crusade or something, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand why. I mean, he should be confident in being who he is, like he's his own man. He's got like what, I don't know how many subs he's got. I've been unsubbed from him for so long. I don't know how many subs he's got, but I know he's got way more subs than I do. That's for sure. He's got more subs than Johnny. He's got more subs than Taladia and Batdan, and I think he's even got more subs than Syl. I
So he
don't
likes
know.
to punch down on people, is what you're saying. That's
It
cool.
just kind of feels that way, like like punch down on people, make them feel bad, you know take everything out of context, that kind of thing, and that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with someone who, I guess, he's too big for his britches or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to understand what's making him react the way that he reacted. Syl and Mikey have scooped a lot of things that happened this month. Syl and Mikey scooped the fact that Henry Cavill was coming back as Superman when everybody was saying that he wasn't coming back, that there was no way he would ever come back. Syl and Mikey were saying he was coming back. Syl and Mikey scooped that Ben Affleck was coming back. Syl and Mikey scooped the ending credit scene from Black Adam with Superman a long time before the movie opened. But I guess Syl and Mikey are wrong about everything. So I'm struggling and I'm trying to remember what it was really that precipitated the onslaught of anger and the name calling and the personal attacks. We got a great tweet here from my main man Syl Abdul. He said, "I'm well aware of what to expect because I've been in this environment and I'm aware when someone crosses the line. Name calling usually escalates things. Don't pretend anyone got upset just over asking a question. Too many adults in here for anyone to play ignorant anymore." Syl is very, very articulate. He's very, very clear about where he stands on things, what his position is. And when you get people that just go back and forth and want to give straw man arguments about who's right, who's wrong, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we're all going to find out anyway. None of us have any control over what the studio does or doesn't do. None of us have any control over whether Henry Cavill comes back as Superman or the actor James Gunn's brother comes back to play the Weasel again. None of us has any control over that, right? So
The only way I can think of Henry Cavill not coming back and playing Superman again after Black Adam is if Black Adam bombed horribly, which it did not. So
no, it's doing well. It
yeah,
is
no,
doing well.
it's a hit. So
It's actually the Rock. It's actually the Rock's highest so far. The Rock's highest grossing solo outing as a lead character, as a lead. So I'm gonna give a shout out to the great Mads Mama Bear. Mama Bear Art Doll is here, and whenever Mads is here, I can't help but feel a little bit more positive and a little bit more warm and fuzzy inside. You know, Mads has that effect on everybody in this fandom. So it's nice to have you here, Mads. To quote Cyborg in a fantastic movie, I'm not broken and I'm not alone. And speaking of not being broken, not being alone, and not being drunk, we have Batman. What's up, Batman?
Well, I saw that whole Twitter thread, all those Twitter threads, at least from the people who haven't blocked me, and man, what an argument that was. It's like, you think that a man of God would be a lot more respectful, and like, yes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about man of God today. We're gonna talk about how my main man Johnny over here got banned from Facebook fighting with a bunch of super crazy Christians. Do you remember that, Johnny? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You got banned off of Facebook. You didn't even do anything. All you did was post a picture of I think
Ewan McGregor as
Ewan
Jesus.
McGregor as Jesus.
Well, he wasn't even Jesus. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the meme said that, like, I bet you guys are too cool to repost this because having a picture of Jesus is uncool or something like that was the meme.
And you know what's funny about that? He was actually in a movie where he played Jesus.
Really?
Most people don't realize
really?
that. Ewan McGregor played Jesus in a movie, and the title of the movie escapes me right now. But the entire movie was him walking through the desert, during that whole biblical temptation period and stuff. That's what it was. It was all about him going from place to place, struggling.
Last Days in the Desert.
That's what it was. That's actually what it was called. That's what it was. Yep. Thank you for looking that up, Batman. I again, that's where we are. I mean, I am so appalled by that man's behavior today. I can't believe that this is what we get after everything. He must just be really salty about a lot of other things.
The poll. I think that poll that Mad.
Yeah. Let's just say it again. Let's just say it again for Syl. People's champ. Yeah, people's champ. Is that what it is, Enosh? Are you salty about not being people's champ? Is that what your problem is? Because with the way you talk about Mikey Sutton, I have to wonder if maybe, I don't know, there's just a little bit of professional jealousy there. And I have it on good authority. And yes, I am quoting the ever failing Grace Randolph when I say that. I have it on good authority that Mikey Sutton never asked to be on your stupid show. I have it on good authority that Mikey Sutton never asked to be a part of the Poindexter Lounge. Okay? So let's just end that rumor right now, because you actually had the balls to be on Twitter telling people that Mikey was practically begging you to be on the Poindexter Lounge, and that's just not the case. He never asked to be on your show. So stop capping. Seriously, we don't have time for that around here. I mean, I don't know where all these lies and deceptions come from, especially from, well, I mean, Batman, I'm sure you can relate. Oh, boy. I just.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I used to like Enosh's show, and I have great respect for the time I did enjoy his content, but the instant your content becomes about about trashing other people, I lose respect. It's simple as that. And I've always had that rule. When people did content about you, I soon stopped watching the show for a little bit after that, because it's like
this is what I've come to realize. When people have to go out of their way to either personally attack you on social media, or to make live streams attacking you, or to make live streams screen sniping you, it's because you're doing something right. It's because you're making an impact. If you matter that much, I mean, imagine Syl Abdul and Mikey Sutton matter that much to this man that he spent well over an hour of his life going back and forth, accusing them of all types of stuff.
It's ridiculous. If you don't want to follow scoopers, just don't follow them. It's really that simple. Focus on your stuff. Don't focus on what others are doing.
Yeah. Well, I have it on good authority. All right. that again, Mikey Sutton has never attacked any of y'all. He never has. He's never attacked any of y'all. Y'all are out there misinterpreting things that Mikey has said in the past. Y'all are out there misinterpreting, okay, what scoops Syl and Mikey have put out versus what scoops Syl and Mikey did not put out. Just because Syl and Mikey covered certain scoops, okay, doesn't mean that the scoops that were covered are actually their scoops. And that's another thing that I love. Enosh did like that Simpsons thing on a chalkboard with I think that the tweet was actually Henry Cavill will appear at Comic-Con over and over and over again. Like a fourth grade child. This is what this grown man typed out on Twitter. It was ridiculous.
Syl was skeptical of that. I recall Syl being skeptical of that. They only reported it
well, when you remember, and then you do remember that Syl and Mikey said, "Don't get your expectations up." Mikey's exact words were something along the lines of, "Do not keep your expectations in check," because he wasn't hearing that Cavill was going to appear at Comic-Con. Mikey had said that on multiple occasions. But that doesn't matter to Enosh, right? Enosh can't be bothered to look into it and actually find out. He has to just go off what he's heard other people say. So I guess that guy that jumps on his panels, I guess the guy that does that works at the hardware store and has all this information about movies is the guy to go to. I don't know. Where does he get his sources from? True Value, Ace Hardware? I don't know. You tell me. I've been trying to figure this one out for a while. Oh, it does. It reeks of desperation. It reeks of desperation. Are people that desperate to hold on to relevance? Or is it just simply as petty as the words people's champ? And we're going to keep saying people's champ here tonight on the ZodWriter Show. Johnny, I want to hear you say it. Say people's champ.
The people's champ.
Say it, Dan. Say people's champ.
People's champ.
Yes.
Syl Abdul's title.
Yes, we are going to say that all night tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode should be actually subtitled People's Champ, because that's where we are. That's what this is all about. Two simple words. People's champ.
So is that what he got so mad about? His dude said that Henry Cavill might show up at Comic-Con and like he didn't. So that
he got mad. He got mad because people see the scoop was that this was reported by Deadline. This was reported by a lot of the trades that Henry Cavill was going to be at Comic-Con. And again, and as we know, Henry Cavill was not at Comic-Con. But the funny part was that when it came out, when Comic-Con came and went and Cavill wasn't there, everybody was blaming Syl and Mikey, saying that Syl and Mikey scooped that Henry Cavill was going to be at Comic-Con, when Syl and Mikey never actually said that Henry Cavill was going to be at Comic-Con. Syl and Mikey said that Henry Cavill was likely not going to be at Comic-Con and to keep your expectations in check. That's what they said. But see, because Deadline was reporting that Henry Cavill was going to be there, I think Variety, all the big trades reported that Cavill was going to be there, and he wasn't there. So instead of giving the L to the big trades that all reported and had everybody thinking that Cavill was going to be there, people just wanted to blame Syl and Mikey. So that's what what Enosh was doing. He was blaming Syl and Mikey for that scoop. Oh, you said Henry Cavill was going to be there. Oh, and anytime Syl and Mikey get a scoop right, what does he say? He says, "Oh, that was just a shot in the dark." Shot in the dark, right? Right, Bat Dan? Shot in the dark.
Only so many shot in the darks are going to hit their target. One shot in the dark? Sure. 10 shot in the darks? No.
And so
I'm mad about it though. Comic-Con was like a month ago though, too. I mean,
yeah, that's what it is. These freaking nerds. That's what I'm telling you, Johnny. It's been pathetic, dude. I haven't even wanted to talk about this stuff. It's so petty and stupid. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. There's people who are boycotting Black Adam. Get this, Johnny. They're boycotting Black Adam because Henry Cavill is not wearing the black suit he was wearing in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Is that not the stupidest reason to boycott a movie that you've ever heard of?
Why would he still be wearing the black suit though? He only wore it for like the rebirth part of the comic anyway.
Exactly, Johnny. You understand your Superman lore and you don't even like Superman all that much. Do you see what I'm talking about? But a bunch of these Snyder cultists are going around saying boycott Black Adam simply because Henry Cavill isn't wearing the black suit. As if he was supposed to stay in the black suit his entire career.
And also Hamada's name's on the movie. That also bothers them too.
Who cares though? Hamada's not even
like the last
anymore.
one that he's going to be on anyways, right? Like he was just because he was still involved while the film was made. It's like, hate it all you want. The guy is technically involved in the film in some capacity still at that point. Like, I don't understand people who get pissed about things that minor.
Boycott Toy Story. Joss Whedon's a writer of that movie.
Did he really write that? Oh.
He's one of the writers. He's not like the main writer, but
if you're gonna boycott, you gotta boycott because he was involved. Mama Bear says Syl said Cavill was in LA to have the suit fitted. Yeah, I know. I remember Syl. I know. Matt's Mama Bear. We're all members here. We know. But hey, they're not. Everything that they do is based on hearsay. Because I guess, if the people that you like are not saying the same things that the people that you don't, it just makes you hate the people that you don't like even more.
Is DC stuff even going to Comic-Con anymore? I thought they have their own little convention.
Well, that got canceled.
Oh,
yeah,
did
that
it?
got canceled. Yeah.
Okay, so my bad.
KR says, when they know they're wrong, they'll resort to anything to try tripping you up. Exactly.
Well, I mean, Henry Cavill never really stuck me as the type of dude that would go to Comic-Con, really, you know what I mean? Like, even though he is playing Superman, like, he doesn't seem like the kind of actor that would really, like, unless, like, they paid him a lot. Which I don't think
he went to
Warner
Comic-Con
Brothers...
as a fan once. Like, he dressed up in a mask to the Suicide Squad panel. There's a picture of that. Like, he wore, like, a... Do you know what I'm talking about, ZodWriter? It's like there was that mask he wore. It was like some V for Vendetta mask, maybe, but it was
something like that. He pulled some stunt one year. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just appalled that in 2022, the end of 2022, people are still being so damn petty. Are going at people over the most minuscule, stupid stuff. This is why Elon Musk is going to put Twitter behind a paywall, and most of these people are going to be gone anyway. Most everybody.
I bet you Enosh will pay the $8.
I don't know if I'll pay the $8, honestly.
Oh. Straight up, I hope that people clip that line. Oh, I bet you Enosh will pay the $8 as well. That is the best line of the show. Thank you, Johnny. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, when you're that much of a narcissist, you think eight bucks is going to keep you from being able to speak to the world? I mean, my God, man. Wow. Oh, boy. Sickness says, my mama bear, my phone is in my black pocket, and I decided to hate on you. Oh, what did you accidentally? Did you
I've done
accidentally
that.
boot Mama Bear? I thought I made Mama Bear a mod. What happened?
Sometimes it undoes it for some reason.
Hold on a minute. I thought Mama Bear was already a mod. This is ridiculous. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Sickness. I did it twice last Saturday on both Enosh's and Savage Batch show, so you're not alone there.
Okay, Mama Bear. We're going to fix this right now. Make you a mod automatically. You should have been a mod. I'm surprised you aren't, but you are now. Yeah, we got Tim's Talk in the house on your left. What's up, Tim? Good to see you. Cavill wore Guy, what? Oh, a
Guy Fawkes mask.
Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta and went to the Suicide Squad panel at Comic-Con, took a pic with Will Smith, and then removed his mask. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. No, Mama Bear is not a bot, and I've officially made Mama Bear a mod now, so that should never happen again. See, that's why people ask, well, Zod, why do you have so many mods in your chat? Because I don't want my friends getting accidentally timed out or getting removed. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's see. Okay, and Tim wants to know, are you all seeing Black Panther this weekend? I can honestly say no, I am not. I am not going to see Black Panther this weekend. I am going to go see Black Adam again in protest of the fact that there's people on YouTube saying that white people are not allowed to see Black Panther.
So, not me. I can't see Black Panther opening weekend.
And even though I'm not white, I will agree with the protest, and I am not seeing it. I am going to see Black Adam. I will see Black Panther eventually, but not opening weekend. TJ says, I lost my bot privilege too, or I was never either. No, TJ, you were. What are you talking about, man? I made you a mod a long time ago, bro. Oh, come on, man. What is going on with this YouTube crap, dude? I bet you Johnny's not even a mod, and Johnny's the co-host of my show. Johnny, are you a mod, or is it because you don't type?
Yeah, I'm a mod. Like, I wear a cool little black suit and I ride a Vespa. Like, listen to The Who a lot.
Hey, what's going on to everybody? Hashtag Syl Nation, hashtag Cool Table, hashtag Mikeyverse, hashtag Snyderverse Restored. TJ says, nope, I'm never watching Black Panther 2. It's a choice I'm making, and I'm happy about that choice. KR said, I just came back from watching Black Adam tonight. It's even better in the second viewing. I've seen Black Adam 4 times.
Wow.
I've only seen it twice.
It's even better. It's even better the 4th time. That's how much of a DC fan I am.
Yeah, but
so let's pull out. Let's take out the measuring stick, Enosh, and let's measure and see who's a bigger DC fan. How many times have you seen Black Adam, Enosh? Huh? How many times? I don't really care. I'm sitting here thinking about it in terms of, we're all just fans and we're all just supposed to enjoy this stuff. But arguing over petty nonsense, oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's unbearable almost. Boy.
I had a rough day at work today, and honestly, it's like, why do I want to waste time getting upset about movies? It's like, it's just ridiculous. The amount of, real life is hard enough as it is. Why are we so upset about, movie drama? Who cares?
I'm I'm gonna give the spotlight here to Frank C. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, man. Says Zod, it was prophetic what Abu Nas said about Enosh on that stream last year that you, Syl, Mr. West Ashley, and Koj did. Shout out to all those guys. It definitely was. I don't know what I don't know what Enosh is thinking. I don't know if maybe Enosh just had a bad day and decided to take his frustrations out on Mikey Sutton on social media. I don't know. I mean, I don't know when it became appropriate for Mikey Sutton to become everybody's whipping boy. I don't know, especially when there's scumbags like Casey Walsh out there. I don't know why that's what happens, but that's what happens. I don't know.
Well, did he buy tickets to Comic-Con just to see Henry Cavill? I mean, why is he so mad? Unless it directly affected him in some kind of way, you know what I mean?
He drove all the way to Illinois to deliver a brick to Zack Snyder. Let's not forget about that. He brought a brick. He drove around in his car with Dawson and had a brick in his car. And like I said, could you imagine if that had been Syl Skywalker driving around with a brick in the car, heading over to see Zack to give this brick to Zack Snyder? I'm just saying.
Was it Zack Snyder or the Superman Museum? I think it was the Superman.
No, it was the Superman Museum. But the point is, they were driving around with a brick in their car dedicated to Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Release the Snyder brick.
Release the Snyder brick. Exactly. Because I've about had it. It's one thing to tolerate certain things, but when you go after a person who's not going after you, who's not saying nothing to you, who's never uttered a bad word about you, and you're over here, you've always got something to say. He acts like he's the authority on Syl and Mikey, and he doesn't know either one of them. Not like that, anyway. And again, I have it on good authority, Enosh, that Mikey Sutton never wanted to be on your Poindexter Lounge live stream. I have it on good authority. So who's lying? The man of God or Mikey Sutton? I'll take the word of Mikey Sutton over man of God any day. All right, so that tells you where I'm at on the spectrum right now. For real. Give me a break. Tim's Talk says, what's the latest news on Man of Steel? Aren't there several people in talks for the directing? Right now, Tim, we don't know who's going to direct. There's a lot of rumors saying that Andy Muschietti, who directed that Flash movie that hasn't come out yet, is going to direct Man of Steel too. But we don't know. We don't know who it's going to be.
Taika Waititi is going to direct.
Yeah. In my heart of hearts, I think James Gunn is going to bring Taika Waititi in and let Taika Waititi have Superman have Hitler on his shoulder, God. Something along those lines, because we know Taika Waititi is such an accomplished director. He's so wonderful.
Thor: Love and Thunder. That was the biggest waste of my life ever.
God, dude. It's
better than Wonder Woman 84. Come on, guys. It was better than the Grimm. There's worse things you could watch.
You know what, Johnny? I will give you credit for that one. I do think it was better than Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 84 turned Wonder Woman into a rapist, and there's no excuse for that. No
Big Me Too's on Wonder Woman, man. That's for sure.
If that was a man, that would have actually been protested. That would have made, if it was a man.
Dan, you mean if Joss Whedon would have directed it?
I mean, if Wonder Woman was a male hero,
right. Wonder Woman. Okay.
But to a woman, I'm saying if you did that to a woman, that would have been a lot more protest.
Yeah, probably. Film Goblin. What's up, man? What's up, Film Goblin? And Sickness. Yes. Mr. Wayne says, it's a shame what happened today, because I like Enosh, and I can remember the time you too, Zod. What a shame. But the thing with Enosh is, it's the people he brings on his panel, like RJ and all of them. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Enosh, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I've defended that man so many times. Okay, I would come to the guy's defense, and I would say, listen, he's a good man. He just, you guys are judging him wrong. You guys are judging him harshly. And I kind of still felt that way a little bit today until I seen the way he went at Mikey Sutton, a man who's never went at him, a man who's never done anything to him. And he's talking about Mikey Sutton like he's the devil incarnate. And that's where, I draw the line, because Mikey has been, like I said, Bat Dan, Mikey's been nothing but kind to all of us. He's been a kind guy. He's been very giving towards us. He's been very respectful. Everybody loves, all of us in Syl Nation, we love Mikey. He's a great guy. But now you got people like that feel that it's necessary to smear the man just because, and how that Enosh had malicious intent in this scenario is because he actually has the nerve to say, oh, Mikey, he wanted to be on my show. He was going to come on the Poindexter Lounge. Yeah, he was going to come on your show. Again, Enosh, I have it on good authority. I got it on good authority, bro. Now, Mikey never wanted to be on your show. I could tell you that right now. All right? I could tell you that right now. And you don't want to challenge me on that because you don't want to find out how I know the answer to that question. And I also know the answer to another question about Mikey Sutton that I didn't like on Twitter today. But we're going to leave that one alone because I'm not going to even bother to go down that line of questioning. But Enosh, you officially jumped the shark today in my book. Seriously, you jumped the shark so bad that it's almost like, I don't know, it was like when when the Dukes of Hazzard got rid of Bo and Luke and brought those fake guys onto the show. And it lasted like 6 episodes. Bro, what happened to you, man? What
He's
happened?
all about positivity. And that's why I liked him.
Positivity when it favors him. Yeah. Place for nerds. I can't remember the last time I was welcomed on the Poindexter Lounge. Sickness says I actually pitched for that damn brick too.
Same
you
here.
pitched in for it. Oh, you guys actually helped spend money on the brick.
I thought it was a good cause, and at the time,
God,
I had great respect for both of them at the time.
Johnny,
what kind of a brick was it?
It's like a brick for like the Superman museum where you can dedicate a Superman related brick to different people.
Yeah. He drove all the way to Illinois. He drove like a day and a half to Illinois to deliver this brick to the Superman museum for Zack Snyder. And I'm sure Zack Snyder appreciates it. Captain Boomerang with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. We literally got Henry Cavill back as Superman. The fact that people still aren't satisfied is the most ungrateful thing. Also, shout out to Zod and Bat Dan. Thank you, Captain Boomerang. Much appreciated. Thank you for the super chat. I couldn't agree with you more. These crybabies, whiners, and nonsensical man children complaining and crying about everything ruin everything for everybody. That's why we can't have nice things. That's why we're not allowed to have nice things.
Henry betrayed Zach.
Yeah. Zach betrayed Zach. Remember that one? Justice Zach, right? Oh, my God.
Hashtag not a real Snyderverse fan. One account even said that they're not going to watch the next Henry Cavill Superman movie, even if Zach's involved. That was actually said.
Yeah. I have it on good authority that Film Goblin says same with Max. Sox Bulletin says Mikey has always been a great friend. I have so much respect for Mikey and Syl. Sox, if you want to come on the stream, I'll send you a link, bro. I know you were quite emotional last night on Skywalker's stream with the rest of us, and it was a really, really powerful stream. It was a really, really moving stream, and And I hope you're having a great day, Socks. I'm sorry that all this drama, occurred and today. It's absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to you, Justin Proper. What's up, man? Film Goblin talking about, remember when all you guys went the likes of Andy Signor and Jody's Corner? Good times. When we went at them. Yeah, well, everybody was united against them. It was a totally different thing. And again, you know what? I'm going to put you on blast here to show off the Dreamwalker comics. We've definitely got to promote the hell out of Dreamwalker.
Both comics that Zod and I are both going to be in at some point. Well, Zodra, you're in the next one.
I'm in issue 3. Yes, issue 3. I am in it. First appearance of ZodWriter. Yes, it's going to be wonderful. I can honestly say.
Which is this the first or second?
Yeah, I got two copies of the first issue and then one copy of the second issue.
Oh yeah,
I got the two variants. Yeah, I didn't get that cover. I got the variant that's out of print now.
I can't afford to buy all these different covers.
All these different variants. Yeah,
I live on a budget, so
we all do, my friend. We all do. So let's get back here, and so I have the three Dreamwalkers. And I love Dreamwalker. I will always be a fan of Dreamwalker, and I will be forever grateful for the wonderful Mikey Sutton for putting us all into the Dreamwalker comic book. And without any fanfare whatsoever, I want to welcome one of my best friends in life. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as the People's Champ. People's Champ, Enosh. You hear that? People's Champ. Mr. Syl Abdul. What's up, man? What's up,
going
man?
on, Zod?
What up, Syl?
Man. What's up, Bat Dan? And is that Johnny on the?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. I think we met before, but nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, we talked about the Sandman show
that's right
last year. Yeah,
it's been a while. A lot's happened since then, Johnny. A lot's happened, but no. It's been an interesting thread. I don't know how much you got into it, Zod, with Enosh, but
oh yeah,
that's probably the greatest thread ever. First off, if you want some good one-liners, that's a good thread to be a part of. But it never was, as far as with me, I'll just speak for myself. It never was anything personal with Enosh. That thread that you started, Zod, right? You was talking about just the haters that come at Mikey or Geekosity or myself.
That's right.
And Enosh felt compelled to jump into the thread.
That's right. And then Enosh's cavalry started coming in. We started getting, RJ and some other people who felt it necessary to stick their nose in where it didn't belong. And of course, then there were some accusations that were being leveled at Mikey Sutton, who's never said anything about any of these people, by the way, Syl, and you know this.
That's what's crazy about this, bro. It's like the personal angle of these are attacks, right, on Mikey Sutton, and I don't feel like I have to chase every battle that's out there, but today it was a little bit too much. It just was like, okay, these aren't people hiding behind burners. Like, you could dismiss burners, right? Those are cowards, right? Who hide behind burners. But when you have people really using their accounts, like Enosh, I'm just like, okay, this was the point. If you're going to make an accusation about someone, I always say be specific, right? Be direct. If you have a problem with myself, like if I have a problem with Zod or anyone, right? I have a problem because, X, Y, Z. Instead of just, well, I heard Mikey is this, and I think he's this. And that's everything Enosh said, right? It wasn't no specific, like Mikey lied about this. Because most people that follows me or I'm mutuals with or, on my platform, they know I'm very open for dialogue if you actually have a point. Exactly. We could talk about.
You've always been fair. You've always been fair, Syl. And I'm reminded of that 4-hour Spaces where you were literally ambushed by everybody under the sun from frickin' KC Walsh to Nicotina, and you held your ground like Leonidas in 300. It was incredible. It was a sight to behold, bro.
Well, first, like, you know, that was like a crazy experience, but KC Walsh left so quick. I forgot he was there, man.
Whenever KC Walsh speaks, it sounds to me like, you know, like how people speed up, you know, how back in the day, you know, you used to be able, you'd speed up your records on the record player and make everything sound like the Chipmunks. That's how he speaks. He never stops, like almost like
got higher.
Yeah, his brain doesn't account for the speed of the words that are coming out of his mouth. It's insane.
But as far as today with Enoch, I know you say Casey Watch, I just think of stuff. But I
like to say this isn't Gem and the Holograms, and we're not interested in listening to your pink-haired opinions. That's all I'm saying.
Like falsettos, like when I jumped in there. But because on my channel, and I think this is what I'm understanding is that there's people who watch the channel and they take in information and they do their thing, and you take it for what you want. You know, you don't have to believe us, but at least know the fact, like what we actually are saying. Don't go off hearsay, right? And so it's very clear those who don't watch the channel, and Enoch is one. He could claim he's caught some stuff before, but there's people in that thread I know that at least catch my show once a week, at least one show a week, and they're like, "No, Syl didn't say this." Actually,
I'm most ashamed of Syl. I'm most ashamed of RJ because RJ knows better. RJ was a member of your channel.
Yeah, I don't know
for however short-lived of a time that it was. He was a member of your channel, and this was after all these allegations that were being leveled at Mikey. This is all after the fact. He was a member of the channel, so he knows how respectful you are. He knows how respectful Mikey is. He knows that nobody. I just don't understand how you could be that way, and then turn around and jump into a thread to create trouble. Where number one, you weren't involved anyway. You didn't have to jump in to defend Enoch. Enoch was doing just a good enough job making an ass out of himself. He didn't need no help from nobody.
Yeah, RJ, see, that's the thing with him being a member. He literally could have sat there and tracked any scoop and said, "Well, this one was wrong." He had literally a bird's eye view of how we do our operation, and he still was like, "Well, you can credit like." So this was my thing with Enoch. I was like, even on Mike on the channel, Mikey even corrected himself. Like people that's watch the channel, they said if something changes, Mikey is very forthcoming, and I'm the same way as well. So they're trying these gotcha things, like that's what Enoch is trying to do, and I'm just like, bro, like just give me something concrete. And you don't understand it because I know he don't watch the channel. We can confront this. I told Mad Max this months ago. I said, bro, you know, you got these trash panels who wants to dump on Mikey every week. I was like, just come up with one solid L and we can actually talk.
I would love for them to do that. They don't have anything because, like you said, they don't actually watch the channel. They don't care to be informed. It's what have we been saying? So it's a woeful ignorance. And I gotta stop and read this because this is a $5 super chat from our good friend Skywalker the Jedi. Much love to you, Skywalker. I swear to God, after last night, I'm sure we all feel a little bit closer after yesterday on your stream, Skywalker. And he says, I'm on my way home right now. I missed everything today. I might have to go back on the balcony again. 100. If Skywalker goes back on the balcony, it's a wrap. I keep telling people it's not a good idea to get Skywalker to the point where he's on the balcony. But when they're attacking Mikey Sutton blatantly for no reason, calling out Mikey just for the sheer hell of it because they got nothing better to do. You know, because he didn't have to reply to my stuff. I wasn't talking about him. I wasn't attacking Enoch. I don't bring up that man. I had a respect for him, and I left it alone. I don't bring him up. I don't
so
be
he
like
jumps in there.
Right. He jumps in there. He jumps in there and then he plays the victim and cries.
Plays the victim
when we clap back.
Right. It's like, so I'm like, I'm understanding like how this works now. It's like, and first off, going forward, and I said this on my Twitter, for as far as for my followers and mutuals, that this is not going to be a normal thing where you come to my timeline and you see, because it was all out craziness right in that thread. But that's not how I built my platform. That's not how I rock normally.
And then RJ tries to, and then not only that, as if that wasn't enough, because RJ knows that me and Saggy Melons are close, so RJ tries to bring Saggy Melons into the argument, and I'm like, what are you bringing her into it for? What has Saggy got to do with it all? Oh well, Mikey said, that's what it always is. Syl, you ever notice it's hashtag Mikey said? That's what it is. It's always about what it's never about what he actually said. It's always about what other people said that he said, or what they said you said.
This is my thing. This is how I'm gonna, approach this going forward, because it's very clear who actually consumes the content and converse with us and and everything like that. And then there's those who again are either ignorant or willfully ignorant. I'm just going to start treating people like they're ignorant, right?
That's right.
If they're misquoted, and I was like, we're both like grown adults. But like at the end of the day, we're all geeks. We all have, but we're too grown for this, man. And so he was like, well, he's tried to settle. We gave him all these receipts right in the thread. I was like, well, this was one scoop you could trace here. I gave him like 3 in a row, Zod, I believe, right? And I was like, bro, you can verify this right now. The date I said it and the date it was confirmed. And he was like, well, you said Cavill was going to be at Comic-Con, Zod, right?
Yeah, that's what you said.
And
he wrote it out like they do on the like Bart Simpson does on the chalkboard at the beginning of The Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a child, ranting, like, oh, you said Cavill was there. So I was like, and this is what I say to anyone that accuses anything. And again, I understand, in this environment, people want receipts, and then there's some that just want to troll, right? Enosh resembled a troll today. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see that.
It didn't make sense. I was waiting for somebody to make it make sense. I'm hoping, and I swear, that Enosh comes out and says, yo, guys, I was hacked. I didn't do none of that. That wasn't even me. I'm hoping I wasn't even at home. I was at the church. I was with my wife. I was doing something. I'm hoping he was hacked, because this was unbecoming of him.
Yeah.
Like, you and me have been streaming together for a long time, Syl, and we've known Enosh for a long time, and we've never known him to be this reckless when it comes to going at people. He's never done this like this before.
It's very weird.
And
well,
it was
there's
just
other factors
really
too.
weird.
And I'll kind of get into that, because there's other factors I believe with that.
He brought up, I don't know if you saw in the one tweet, he brought up the Nerd Queens, and he brought up Meg or something, and said that something about how they said Cavill was coming back before anybody or something. I don't know. It was some kind of, he was trying to make it seem like you stole their scoop or something. I don't know.
And that's why I try to see, he needs education, right? See, that's the thing. It's like people, I asked him one question, right, Zod, in that thread, and I was like, just give me one thing, and we can nip this in the bud right now. And he just jumped all in different, hula hoops. And so I was like, okay. I was like, my Cavill scoop was the actual explanation of the literal scene in Black Adam and the suit, the smoke and dust, everything, right? That's literally my scoop, right?
Really good shot in the dark.
Yeah, a good shot in the dark, considering it was verbatim what the scene actually was. But yeah.
So what I'm realizing here is ignorance, or just, hey, maybe he shouldn't be in this lane because he's not understanding there are details to how we put out information to make it very clear, like, hey, this is coming from here, because no one else explained that for you, right? To make it general, oh, Cavill's coming back. Everyone said that. Well, then now I'm gonna start treating people like they're stupid now, right?
Not for a year,
because you know what I mean. Like, I'm gonna start treating people like they're stupid if you're not seeing the details I'm putting out and say, well, everyone said Cavill's back, so okay, so I got to question intelligence now, or willful ignorance, right? So when he said that about Cavill's supposed to be back, you said he'll be at Comic-Con. I was like, where? And this is what I ask anyone that tries a challenge. Just where? Show me where I said that, and then we can talk about it. And he couldn't do it, right? But everyone knew it came from Deadline. So it was just a little disappointing to see Enoch just revert to. I'm seeing stuff that burners say. Now I'm wondering, was Enoch behind half of these burners? Because they sound the same today.
Oh, it's incredible. And Mr. J with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mr. J says, great to see all of Syl Nation in full force today. Much love to everyone. Much love to you too, Mr. J. Thank you so much for being here and participating in this great first episode back of the actual ZodWriter Show. I appreciate everybody being here. And Skywalker the Jedi again with another $5 super chat. He says something that we've all been thinking. Why are you shocked? RJ brought up Saggy. I've literally tried to bring her into our conversation because he was getting cooked. It's a defense mechanism. I agree, Skywalker.
Couldn't see either comments. I'm blocked from both.
And Skywalker continues with another $5. Thank you, Skywalker. Much love, brother. Says, give me the crown. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. It's just another angle. And so that's where it is. It's like my problem is if you gotta hide behind somebody else, then you probably shouldn't say anything at all. That's why I was surprised when he jumped in there. That's why I was surprised when he bothered to even say anything.
It was very weird when RJ jumped in there. And again, I asked him the same thing I'm saying now. It's like, well, okay, RJ, you're coming in here saying, oh, we shouldn't dogpile on someone. But the same thing I told Mad Max, Mikey's getting dogpiled, and me included, almost every week on Mad Max panels. But it's okay. It's a very double standard. Like Enoch said, it was something he said, like a double, like, So he looks at Mikey as a liar, right? Which, again, that's just ridiculous for Enoch to even imply that. But he said, I'm guilty by association because I have Mikey on my channel. So I was like, Enoch, like the shady
Mikey's a criminal?
Right. But the shady people Enoch has had on this channel, and they swear, oh, you can't do guilt by association. So it's a weird double standard by those that rock with Enoch and in his circle, but they want to throw this at others, right? And I'm saying we're too old for that. Okay? Like, these double standards have to stop. Now, if we're just not going to deal with each other, let's just not deal with each other. And that's what Enoch's mistake, Zod, is jumping into that thread because no one asked him for his opinion at all about Mikey, about Geekosity. And, and then people throw up the fan vote, too, because I think this is where all this started.
The people's champ. I've been saying it. That's the key word, everybody. People's champ.
So, because I'm just saying, bro, and I say this, and like I said, I brought this up with Jarbo when we was in the spaces. I was like, bro, like we haven't had a real issue until the fan vote, because I was told certain people was upset that people voted for me instead of them. That's just what I was. Obviously, I trust who told me that, and no one's going to challenge me on that because they know I know, right? And then with Enoch, it's very public. He did streams trying to insinuate that I had bots voting for me for the fan vote. And it was a vote that I didn't even care about. People probably forgot what that vote was about. It was best geek YouTube channel, like in our circle, right? Yep. And so they made that a big deal. Enoch was campaigning for it. I was just like, yo, it's cool just to be in the running. I didn't expect to win nothing. And so it took a life of its own. And since then I had problems with Jarbo. I don't know if that's over with Jarbo after the spaces. I don't really interact with them. We had our words and I was like, bro, hey, if you just gotta get this out of our system and we'll be done, I'm good. And the same thing with Enoch today. I said everything I that I probably wanted to say to him, and I hope he got out of his system too. Because it's not going to be a back and forth thing going on. It just he shows what he's really about to me, and a lot of people saw it for themselves.
There's things that we know that have basically changed the landscape of where things are going, and I just feel bad for all these people because they're hopping on a negative grift. They're hopping on a false narrative that Syl and Mikey are bad. Everything that Syl and Mikey says is wrong, no matter how many times you get stuff right. That doesn't matter. But let other scoopers continue to get things wrong, and they continue to get a pass. And I've never been able to understand the social experimentation that's going on so much in these landscapes of Twitter and all sorts of other social media platforms. And TJ with the $2 Canadian super chat, thank you so much, TJ, says shots in the dark reveal who you really are. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Syl, I've been waiting for you to I was waiting for you to clap. I knew you were going to eventually clap back because you know how close we've all gotten to Mikey. You're close to Mikey. We're all close to Mikey. We all talk to Mikey behind the scenes. And to see this man gets besmirched and rolled through the mud, we're not saying that Mikey is a saint. But Enosh isn't a saint either. None of us are saints. No, we're not saying that we're saints by any means. But the reality is when you have a man who's just giving information, providing information, he's not attacking anyone. He's not coming at you. He's not coming at Enosh. And I have it on good authority, okay, that Mikey Sutton never asked to be on Poindexter Lounge. I'm just going to, once again, lay that to rest. I know I've said it a few times tonight, but I want to hammer it home because people need to understand. Enosh is going around saying that Mikey Sutton wanted to be on Poindexter Lounge, wanted to be on my show, wanted to be with me. That's not the truth. That never happened.
Would he fail the audition or something?
Right. I don't know what that proves. I mean, hey, I think Mikey should be on different channels and, what I'm saying, spread out his information. So I don't know what Enosh was trying to prove saying that, but it wouldn't be as good as Scoop Center. But I think with Enosh, it's just a very weird take, going at Mikey and trying to they want him to just look bad somehow. It's just a very weird energy. And again, it's all I trace this all back. That's what I said. The fan vote, that's when Enosh and Jarbo start having a problem with me openly. It all goes back to that because people's like, this feels personal. It goes to that. And then like Casey Walsh, they've had a long-standing feud with that because people are wondering still, why is there so many battles that you're in? There's a lot of personal things, right? Different factions and things like that. So like right now, Zion, we got like the Snyder cult like at our heels now because we're not
that should be something. That's probably something, Johnny, that you didn't know. But you remember how big I was into the Snyder fandom. Now the Snyder fandom hates my guts too.
The children of Martha are after you.
The children of Martha are after me as well.
Damn, son.
TJ, you got blocked by the RT Snyder Cut account. TJ again with the $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, TJ.
I was drunk.
The reason why I call Syl the people's champ is because he's one of the few tubers I watch that I can relate all the others act fake and phony. Exactly. They do. This is why Syl Nation has become such a close-knit family because Syl treats people with respect and doesn't assume that people are not intelligent enough to figure things out. Syl gives you the information, but he doesn't spoon feed it to you. Mikey gives you the information, but he doesn't spoon feed it. There's a very fine line between respecting your audience and spoon feeding everything to them. And Syl, again, is very respectful always. And this is why I say there's a reason why, for me, it never occurred to me. Once I started really, really supporting Syl, I knew that Syl was onto something. I knew that Syl had found the direction he was meant to go in. And everything that I've seen with Syl and Mikey has been great. And it's just been a joy to be a part of Syl Nation. So I don't, and that's outside of the fact still that you and I are good friends. It's just the whole dynamic of everything has just been so great. And this is what I don't understand. If people don't know people shouldn't comment on things that they don't know about. It's like
I just think that's like life, right?
It's like, what are you doing?
Because like he would say something, I'd be like, Enoch, like you literally don't watch your channel. Like I'm thinking to myself, why am I talking to you, Enoch? Because you don't know what you're talking about, right? And to make it like we're diluting, like right now my channel, we recently got over 4K.
Yes,
subs,
you did. Congratulations
it's a
on that,
grind.
of course.
I appreciate it. It's a grind every week, right? Because we're coming up. Some of it's like a lot of original content, right? And that takes a lot of work. Like just streaming for a couple hours out, that takes energy out of you. You know what I'm saying? Just any given night, right? And so to put in like uploads and things like that, so we put a lot of work in it. And I treat the audience where, like you said, I treat y'all like y'all are going to kind of do the homework. Y'all going to see the date that this was said. Y'all going to follow the information through. If something changes, we'll address it. And that's how I treat the audience. So when the way Enoch was talking today, it was just like, oh, these 4,000 plus people that's subscribed to the channel are somehow not intelligent or deluded, or are we pulling the wool over your eyes every day, on the stream? It's like, no, like y'all can literally follow the information for yourself, but you have to watch it. Exactly. But you have to watch it. And that's the key. And that's why I got to stop dealing with fools who actually don't watch it, because you're going to get nowhere for people to just listen. That sounds ignorant to me, just listening to secondhand information. I'd rather go to the source, right? So
but it's like we've said numerous times, Syl, it's not about what you know, or if you're right, it's about who you're friends with,
who you like.
So if just as an example, say Enoch is friends with Nicotina and Enoch is friends with KC Walsh. If KC Walsh and Nicotina are telling Enoch, oh, Mikey Sutton and Syl, they're spreading all kinds of fake rumors, and Zeverfett says, oh well, Mikey Sutton, he's a charlatan. He's doing all these fake things. He's spreading all these fake rumors. He's leading Syl down the primrose path. And you got all this crap that's being said and being spewed. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, like Mikey always says, if you're always hearing that, you're going to have a preconceived notion of somebody, and you're not going to want to reach across the aisle and talk to that person and have a conversation. I got news for you though, Enoch. There's a mutual out there that you and I have, a man that's been a friend of mine for quite a long time, Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett. And I can bring up Robert because I've known Robert since 2013, 2014. Robert Meyer Burnett speaks very, very highly of Mikey Sutton. Robert Meyer Burnett is very, very cordial with my main man, Syl Abdul. And Robert Meyer Burnett, again, has been my friend since 2014. So I know for a fact, have deep respect for Robert Meyer Burnett. I know for a fact that you actually really like Robert Meyer Burnett. But if you were to bring Mikey Sutton up to Robert Meyer Burnett, you and Robert Meyer Burnett would be butting heads over Mikey Sutton. I can tell you that right now.
Side note, with Robert Meyer Burnett, he obviously has ties to the industry, right? Like if Mikey was putting out faulty information for years about the industry, don't you think Robert Meyer Burnett would have either at least called out Mikey or just been like, I'm not even going to endorse this dude?
John Campea doesn't even call out Mikey Sutton. And there's a reason why every time Robert Meyer Burnett brings Mikey Sutton up on a John Campea show, that John Campea shuts the F up. There's a reason. And I'm going to tell you what that reason is right now. It's called a mutual respect for someone in the industry who he knows is legit.
And that's the thing, because Campea tried to generalize geekosity. This was last spring, because I know we had the video clip on that. And he tried to generalize Mikey like almost like we got this covered. And then Robert Meyer Burnett for the rest of the week will give Mikey a shout out every week. Like I read Geekosity Mag every day. Right? Now, knowing Campea's platform, and understand, the reach of that. Robert Meyer Burnett, he doesn't owe Mikey anything, and he's tied to, again, people in the industry. So for him, well, I'm making it very clear, like, there's people like Robert Meyer Burnett, and then there's just normal geeks like us. And Enosh, you're part of the normal geeks with us as well too. We're nobody compared to the industry, and if they have respect for Mikey Sutton, I don't care what some random geek has to say about Mikey Sutton, right? And I don't think the audience should really care either, because y'all gonna do y'all research anyway, and that's what it comes down to. So it's personal. There's agendas. Enosh has showed his hand just like other people have. It's unfortunate to see, but I'm not shocked because I know why Enosh is mad, and now he's gonna have to just stay mad because this is ridiculous until he mans up and and realizes that he spoke out of turn. That's about it.
I just have never been able to understand the level of, I never understood like the level of pettiness that people would get to still until I really started to see it ramp up against you and Mikey the way it does. I mean, it's a level of pettiness that is so crazy. I'm gonna tell you, man, Henry Cavill could come out tomorrow and literally say, I'm coming back for Man of Steel 2, and by the way, Zack Snyder is going to direct Man of Steel 2. Shout out to Syl Abdul and Mikey Sutton for always giving the right information, and he could say that in his British accent and put that out there, and people would still try to debunk it, still try to say it was false. Still try to boycott it. They'd be hating on Henry Cavill more than they already do. And at the end of the day, Grace Randolph would have a lot of crap to say too, because we know she doesn't like Henry Cavill. So, or you and Mikey, for that matter. So it's
the history.
It's crazy. And I also got to look at the way, I also have to trace this back a little bit further to the way that that Warner Media coined you guys. Remember, Warner Media was actually saying that it was Mikey Sutton and some black guy. You weren't even important enough to be given a name, to be told, hey, it's Syl Abdul. No, it's Mikey Sutton and some black guy. But what does that say about Mikey Sutton's name in the industry? They know who the F Mikey Sutton is. So it's not like Mikey Sutton is a stranger to any of this. There's a reason why Mikey Sutton has the connections he does. There's a reason he gets the scoops that he does, because he's been in the industry and he's a trusted name. And it's legitimate. It's a legitimacy that none of these pink-haired freaks will ever have.
And see, my channel is just a vehicle, because I, this side. And when I first, found Mikey, well, really they found me. Shout out to James. He's the guy behind the chair, with Geekosity. And he does Mikey's website. So I figured, I was like, Mikey has all these scoops coming right. Like, who is this guy, right? He's getting all this stuff right. And I saw he scooped a Snyder Cut. And I was like, oh, he has my attention now, right? And since then, I was like, well, this could be a vehicle to get his information out there. And then, yes, I will benefit. My channel will benefit from the views, because if you a fan of Mikey, you're going to watch my channel, right? So that's how it started. And now I'm seeing like people, they don't do their research, right, Zod? That's the first thing. You remember when Mikey was first on my channel? I cautioned the viewers. I was like, do your research. Like, I was like, I'm going to walk y'all through. That's probably the only time I held anyone's hand on my channel. I was like, I'm going to walk you through this guy's history. And it's up to you from there if you're going to believe him, And, that formula, that's when we started doing Rogues Gallery, because we started working good together. But from the beginning, I realized people, if they have something personal, especially Zod, they're already predisposed to think you can't be right? Like, that's one thing that Enosh said today. Like, well, if you're right, then you would know this.
What he did was he tried to push it on you because you didn't know that James Gunn was taking over as head of DC. And he said if you were really legit, you would have known that James Gunn was taking over DC. And my question to him was, well, did your buddy who works at the hardware store, who you always have on your trash panels, did he know?
This is the thing. because I know that that upset my time to shine, right? When I put out there, I said, because I was in a, and again, that's why I always tell people, you could do the research for yourself and see what actually happened that day. I was doing a spaces that morning. In the middle of my space, my just top source, the source that's the Ben Affleck and Aquaman, like the person that knows when everybody's on set, they was like, you won't believe this. Peter Safran's head of DC, and he insisted that James Gunn would be a part of it. That's what my source told me. And I was like, I don't want to read. Like, this isn't what I wanted to read, right? So I'm like in a Twitter Spaces. We're trying to talk about DC comics and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even want to like read this, right? And so I was like, well, I got like a breaking news story here. And I was like, I think they found a head of DC. And I was like, I think it's Peter Safran. And I was like downplaying it, right? And then my source messaged me and it was like, THR is just about to run it. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then it was everywhere. James Gunn. But I was like, you know what? I didn't even care about that scoop. I'd rather the scoop where, you know, Ben Affleck is an Aquaman because that was confirmed. The Cavill suit in Black Adam, that was confirmed. You know, Cavill he went to the set to do scenes for The Flash. All this stuff has been confirmed. I'd rather have my name attached to those Aquaman reshoots than the James Gunn scoop. So people was like, oh, BS, right? You didn't know this. You didn't know this. I was like, well, y'all could doubt my source all y'all want. Like, y'all seen, I just read it off about 5 of the things they got right. So I don't care if you believe me or you know. So, but Enos was like, well, you know, yeah. So of course you knew that, but that's that attitude, Zod, right? And
Right.
And the panel is that you just can't be right. That's his disposition,
Right.
And so
right.
I can't get nowhere with you, Nash.
No matter what, you can't ever be right. But no matter how many times Grace Randolph, My Time to Shine, Casey Walsh, all these crazy people, Jeremy Conrad, all these crazy folks, no matter how many times they're wrong, that's okay because they're not selling Mikey. And Captain Boomerang for $5 says, not just misleading scoopers, the fandom is getting greedy, nitpicky, and pretentious. Gatekeeping is also a problem. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that with the RT Snyder Cut account and the admin 2 over at the Ayer Cut account. And Captain Boomerang for another $2 says, and also shout out to Syl. When is the next live?
I'm gonna be live on the channel. I'm live every Tuesday with Scoop Center, and I'm gonna start trying to.
You're gonna have that on there, paying it out for people.
I need to start doing it because I have a set live shows now because I'm gonna do uploads all week. But Tuesday Scoop Center, that's every week. You know when it's time for that. Thursday is Coffee Talk every Thursday. Now I'll say this here, the exclusive for Zod here. I think it's gonna come together tomorrow for Coffee Talk tomorrow every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First off, usually I'm gonna do like a report. We may talk about the Man of Steel 2 director thing like that. And in hour 2, I should be getting Chris Wozniak back on the channel tomorrow for a little Batman Gate talk.
Yes, Chris Wozniak.
So we may do that tomorrow for a Coffee Talk, and then Syl Nation Saturdays is my other live show. So Tuesday Scoop Center, Thursday Coffee Talk.
So is Chris Wozniak actually going to get paid for the plagiarism from the Batman?
So we'll see if he has an update, right? But he did officially file against Warner Brothers Entertainment. Like he has the papers.
Ooh, nice.
So we're serious now, right? People thought he was just talking. See, I waited until I saw something serious to get him on the channel. I was like, okay. And people thought it was just like because I didn't like Matt Reeves the Batman. They thought, of course, Syl's gonna dump on that, right? But no, he has a real case, and we'll see what he says tomorrow, right? So, Coffee Talk tomorrow.
Johnny, have you seen Matt Reeves the Batman?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of it?
It's cool.
Okay.
Minority opinion on this panel.
Sox Bulletins. I remember when Doomcock started saying Mikey was lying last year over Kathleen Kennedy's contract, but found out later on that Mikey was right. And Doomcock had to say sorry on his YouTube channel. Thank you, Sox Bulletin, for bringing that up. Much
I
love.
remember that. I remember that because this is when my channel was like just a fraction. I probably had like 500 subs at that time. And so I'm having Mikey on my channel, all right? And then Doomcock starts attacking Mikey Sutton. So I'm just like, oh, my channel's done, right? Like, he had Doomcock, he had his bots in the chat, or not bots, like just people that supports Doomcock. They were jumping in my chats during lives. I was like, Mikey, like, I can't fight Doomcock. You know what I'm saying? And then when Mikey's story was confirmed, Doomcock and his sources had to show respect. He on a live stream, Doomcock said, God bless Mikey Sutton. He was right. And no more people from Doomcock attacked us. So since then, I was like, well, no one literally can stop what we're doing now, Mikey, because if we defeated Doomcock, like I not to like make Enoch feel small, but like you can't really stop us, right? If Doomcock couldn't stop us, I'm just saying.
And to be fair, Enoch completely instigated everything today. Nobody went at him. Nobody started with him. Nobody tagged him. Nobody brought him into the feud. He injected himself, started the whole thing, and then RJ comes in and then he tries to, white knight for Enoch, and basically, it just derailed from there. And I just gave up and stopped typing because I just felt like it was all at this point, it was all just white noise because he wasn't listening to anything we said anyway. He wasn't paying any attention. Didn't matter. And Necron says that Doomcock had integrity for doing that. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
Doomcock
there's people that that I know there are mutuals with Doomcock, right? And
Midnight
when
Edge.
that was going on, it was them, Abu Nas. There's a few people, and so when that was going on, they were staying neutral. Though they're just like, still, we cool. It's just Doomcock's going in right now, right? Like, and it wasn't really about me. It was going at Mikey, but he was just like, Mikey's on this small channel, so like he made me look like a little infant. But then it was like, so when that was going down, and when Doomcock, manned up and gave Mikey his respect, that's when I was like, yo, like, it's over now. Like, there's nothing y'all can say now. I mean, that's when I knew like it was kind of unstoppable. So that's the thing. It's like when people have an issue, this is why I say this to people. Be specific. If you think Mikey lied about something, because they keep forgetting, like, I'm a fan too, Dan, we're still fans of this. So I want Mikey to be right. So it's like, and I want to be right when I say something too. So, people keep forgetting this fan element, like it's just a big business for me or something. It's like,
right. It's so lucrative, Syl. You're making so much money off of YouTube now. You could just quit your job and just go on vacations to Bermuda. I mean, it's crazy, bro. That's what these people are acting like.
First, shout out to Syl Nation, like the love we give for the members, and that's great because that's going to help me, I need to upgrade my computer. I got to do, you always got to upgrade your equipment. So that's where that money goes for, or to the internet bill or whatever. But no, like we're not making a killing off this. People like, oh, like, you're grifting and all this stuff. It's like, bro, I'm doing it wrong.
Everything good is behind a paywall. But let's forget that you put all your best stuff on Scoop Center, and that's completely free. Anybody can watch that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, Scoop Center is like, that's the highlight show every week. And then if you want like additional commentary, as we say, that's when you become a member. And, Mikey really gets really in depth with the members, right? So that is a perk, being a member. But you can enjoy just our interactions, just, Scoop Center Tuesdays. If you don't got to pay for that, but pay your internet bill. That's probably all you got to pay.
Mm-hmm. And Sickness says, Enoch has always been kind of weird with Syl since y'all were in the Four Nerds.
Yeah, it was a weird, and this is why the first thing I said when I came on here was I never took it personal with Enoch. I mean, I don't feel like he was like saying stuff about me. We never got like close, like how me and you were streaming Zod, or like how other people, the Cool Table and everyone, we just didn't have that type of rapport, right? But like I said, everything was on the chill until the fan vote. And then even after that broke off, and I'm sure Enoch will agree, I reached out to him during that during the accusations of, oh, there's bots that's voting for Syl, and I knew Enoch instigated that. And I still reached out to Enoch and said, let's try to squash this behind the scenes, because the fandom doesn't want to see, people didn't really want to see us fighting today on Twitter. The fandom, they don't want to see that. You know what I mean? So
no, but when he goes to the levels that he did, and some of the things he said about Mikey, to me it was just indefensible. We were like, at this point, you gotta address it, because if you don't, this leads it open to more people to come out of the woodwork and just start doing what he did.
When it's false information, like I'm a stickler for that, and and Mikey will attest to that. Like I want to get it right. Like if it's false information, like I mean, it could be like weird trolls on Twitter, burner accounts that just spouting nonsense, whatever, right? But if it's someone that's like, bro, like we know who you are, Enoch, and you're using false information, we gotta correct that, all right? And if it's something I'm saying incorrect, I will hope you will correct me too. Right, and I invited him several times today to do that, and he didn't do that. Right, he resorted to just some weird tactics, and so that's all I expect from people. Like, just respectfully, use correct information. If something's incorrect, you're gonna get corrected, and I expect the same. That's the thing. I expect people to treat me the same.
I find it funny how everybody that accuses you and Mikey of spreading misinformation, spreading lies, grifting, can never pinpoint one thing that you actually said that was legitimately, concretely wrong that you guys actually scooped. I've seen them attribute scoops that were not yours to both you and Mikey. I've seen you guys take L's for other people's scoops, but I've never actually seen you take an L for something that you and Mikey scooped that was incorrect. And I find that very funny.
Well, and again, you got to look at who's doing the accusations. It's either people surrounded by Casey Walsh. It's either for a time, and I'll just say for a time because me and Film Junkie kind of spoke a little bit, but people that's some kind of attached in his stratosphere, Film Junkie, and that's where Enoch is at, and you talking about Nerd Queens and stuff like that.
Yeah, that came up today. Enoch threw Nerd Queens and Meg in there too, which I found that to be hilarious because none of us have mentioned the Nerd Queens or Meg or anybody in like well over a year. I have not uttered the word. I don't even know what they're
how
talking
that came
about.
Up, right?
I'm like, it's like we're cool with Meg. Like Meg is cool as hell. I ain't never said nothing with nobody. I don't know.
I don't know how like people bringing up other people, but it's like, but yeah. So when people question information, it's like you said, it's about who you like, and that's all it comes down to overall. And it's like he didn't want to rock with what me and Mikey was doing, and other people that question, like I said, it's the Snyder cult. They try to question this Ayer Cut thing, right? I'm seeing people. You get to a point where people start screenshotting. It gets kind of weird, and I'm fine with that. It's like, okay, that's just something to get used to. That like, oh, I'm eating some ribs, and people are gonna screenshot that. Like, they'll see, he eats pork or whatever. But it's like with this whole release the Ayer Cut thing. This is amazing that people are still bringing this up. That I tweeted out, I think it was in April. I quote tweeted the RT Snyder account because they quote tweeted Cut Ayer and the RT Ayer account, and they was hyping up Ayer Cut for 2022. So I was like, yo, I know Mikey was hearing something about Ayer Cut. Now you got the release the Ayer Cut account saying 2022 RT Snyder Cut. So I'm like, yo, this is about to happen, bro. And people use that as saying, oh, Syl, you scooped Ayer Cut, so only you. Before I didn't have sources till July 2022, mind you. Right? That was my first scoop, Ben Affleck and Aquaman. But somehow before I even started scooping, I scooped the Ayer Cut, right? So that's when I knew, like, okay, if they just don't like me, they're going to just bring up anything.
They're going to attribute all the negativity to you. Even if it was Grace Randolph who said it first. It doesn't matter.
Somehow Syl's fault.
Right,
Yeah,
because they know
it's my
that
fault.
you're in cahoots with Grace. But it's so funny whenever Grace says something, everybody loses their minds and they take it all
Mhm.
literal and stuff.
But
But
they
she's
don't
been wrong
believe
so many
scoopers.
times, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the same people, especially the Snyder fandom. And this is weird saying it like this because I'm still a Zack Snyder fan. But what I'm noticing is most Snyder fans, I did a video about this, that anything that comes out that's negative for Snyder or for DC, Snyder fandom just embraces it and says, "Oh, the new regime, this new regime hates us now. Zach's never coming back. Let's boycott everything." But they don't listen to
the boycott Black Adam tweets were insane.
And the funny
Muted a
thing,
lot of people.
Black Adam is hitting this mark. I have a video coming out this week because people can believe it or not, but we do we hear from like representatives that may know $7 Productions information. I guess I'll just say it like that. And they call me Syl Abdul, by the way, Zai. They don't call me some black guy. $7 Production actually calls me Syl Abdul. And they was like, they're hitting the metrics that they actually want to hit. Black Adam is a success in-house to them. Now, people wonder why, how, because Black Adam costs, $200 million? They're like, well, they got to make a boatload more, right? You take the production, then you take the marketing costs, right? And then they got to make, double that. It's kind of the formula. Well, this new regime, and Zaz have said this in the earnings call, they're getting creative with marketing. They're borrowing money from other companies within their umbrella. So they spent less money on Black Adam than people thought. So they're hitting their mark. That's the main point. They're successful. And so people that wants to boycott Black Adam, they're in for a rude awakening because they're about to get several more movies from that franchise because they're actually
Black Adam v
money.
Superman?
Well, it's definitely going to come up. More JSA. The JSA is going to expand. So you're going to see Superman definitely versus Black Adam too.
And Koopy Malik says, I don't listen to Fall from Grace. I listen to Syl and Mikey. Yeah, she's lost it because again, she had Warner Media sources. We know that's the case.
I saw a video floating around that Grace was pretty much admitting that Gunn is going to kind of shut down any scoops from DC. Basically, is what she was saying. Like almost like, hey guys, I'm not going to have any DC scoops.
Right? She knows she's not going to have nothing.
Yeah, but
she's been locked out. You guys will because you got Mikey, and with all the and this is the thing I keep thinking about now with all the great stuff going on. With Mikey being so heavily involved in the comic book and all this stuff that is happening outside of like scoops in general and all this other crazy stuff. Do they actually think that Mikey Sutton is going to be scooping forever? I mean, do you really think that this is Mikey's, end game for his life? I mean, I just, all the reason I say that is because all the hate you guys get is just so unwarranted and ridiculous. It's just like all you have to do, people, Google is your friend. You can go on Google and you can independently verify half of this crap all by yourself. A lot of times you don't even really need a scooper to tell you. And this was the point. These were a lot of the points I was trying to make today and all the tweets that I was bringing up about, about all the Jason Momoa stuff and the Cavill, Snyder stuff. It's all, you can put two and two together. And if you are a critical thinker and you have common sense, you can kind of, make it all. You don't really need scoopers to tell you.
Basic understanding of how Hollywood works. Yeah, I mean, you can put a lot of that stuff together.
Yeah. Well, I only accept this is how I kind of approach, and this is how I've approached it. Before I even met Mikey, was I need specifics. Like if someone's saying they're going to scoop something, like people are saying, okay, and I say this, and this may take off some group if they ever see this, whatever, but. You have a certain group of people where they're like, well, Ben Affleck's going to come back one day. Right? This is kind of the time I was with Culture Nerd. They would always throw it out there. Or I'll just say Lightcast. I won't put that on TCN right now. When I was streaming with Lightcast a couple years ago. And it was always like, well, Ben Affleck's going to come back one day. One day Ben's going to come back. And when he comes back, that's my scoop, right? And so it's nothing specific, just almost like a hope that Ben will come back, right? And so when Ben was announced in the Flash film, this was what, summer 2020 when it was announced before
2 days before
DC
fandom.
Yeah. And when that came out, Lightcast was celebrating like he scored a scoop. So I was like, that felt kind of funny because I was like, well, you was kind of just hoping Ben Affleck would come back. You didn't say he'd be back in the Flash film, right?
Shot in the dark.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I get when people looked at Lightcast's career and was like, oh, you trying to do it like him. But I was like, no, like, let's be specific. When I said Cavill's and Black Adam, it wasn't just that Cavill's and Black Adam. Many people said that. I mean, hey, the Nerd Queen said that too, Zod, right? The Nerd Queen said Cavill's and Black Adam, right? But I gave specifics, the suit he's going to wear, because that was a question before the film came out. How he entered the scene, the actual scene itself, everything. That's a scoop to me, right? And that's not me just tooting my own horn. I'm saying that's how I look at anyone else. If they want to scoop something, give me something specific. You can't just say, well, Zach's going to come back one day. That's not a scoop to me. Tell me
it's
when.
Inevitable, man. Ask Integrity. Integrity's in the chat, man. He'll tell you it's inevitable.
Oh, Integrity's the scooper. He's the one who...
He's the one I follow. I get all my shit from Integrity 101, man.
But so it's just like that's more of like a general, and Integrity. Hey, Integrity's right.
It's inevitable, man.
100%. I mean, oh my God, like it's crazy, and this is the thing. And if you're as a scooper, you what is it, Syl? Just for all the people out there listening, what do you and Mikey call yourselves? You call yourselves scoop specialists, right? Scoop. What is it that you say?
Confirmation specialist.
Confirmation specialists. There's a reason why you use the word confirmation specialist. And I wish, and maybe you got to refresh people's memory on what that actually means, because they like to attribute all this stuff to you that you didn't even say. So I get kind of...
Yeah. Well, hey, we're at a point now where if someone puts a story out there, especially on social media, we get flooded with DMs and questions. Is this true? Is this true? And so me and Mikey have just certain people we can actually float stuff by. Like, I'd rather someone else actually be first than I can confirm it, right? And so, like, people was talking about, and I'm not trying to pick on the Flash film news. It's just at one time there was like, production was, picture was locked, right? And people would ask me that. So I asked the source that I know knows about Flash production. They said, no, it's still, they're still doing reshoots, right? So, that's just kind of how it comes. Now, again, I've spoken with the Flash Film News account, and there's no beef. It's no beef right now with me and that account. But then also, Zod, we use the term scoop commentators.
Yeah.
And we kind of did that with Scoop Center, modeling out for Sports Center, because me and Mikey are big sports fans. And best example over this past offseason, if you're football fans out there, Tom Brady retired, right? They put their story out there. Everyone ran it. That was true, right? And then all of a sudden, no, Tom Brady's still playing. Like, did that mean the people that reported Tom Brady retired was just,
lying,
pushing BS? Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to delude the audience and your pure souls and, and everything like that. No, it was right at one time. So when we say scoop commentary, we're talking about like the Superman suit and Black Adam. At one time, Mikey was hearing it was a black suit. That Cavill was going to have the black suit. I got an up-to-date report where Cavill wanted to use the Man of Steel suit instead for one reason or another. I'm sure he consulted people. He consulted Zach, I'm sure, things like that. So I was told, no, Man of Steel suit specifically. And that was my report. So something changed, right? Does that mean Mikey's all his scoops are wrong because he was told the black suit first? Like, no, commentary, like something changed, right? So that's how we approach the information because we can have constant dialogue with people, and when things change, we commentate on it, right?
Michael Keaton,
right? He was a DCEU Batman, right? What Batgirl
And you and Mikey are getting blamed for the Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint. Michael Keaton playing Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie. You and Mikey are getting blamed for that, even though you didn't scoop it. That was Grace Randolph's scoop.
It's like video evidence of Grace Randolph saying that. Like, that's so weird, bro. I think we have a video where I think I said that too. That I remember Grace said that. And I think Mikey was like, yo, if I'm going to speculate, and I guess that was the wrong thing for Mikey to say, if I'm going to speculate, maybe he's Thomas Wayne. I guess that's a scoop to some people. So
that was a clear theory. He never said that he heard this. That was his personal theory. Like, I have theories too. That's scoop.
I mean, it's what Marvel would have done if, like, it was one of their movies. They'd have totally had Michael Keaton come back to play the dad. I mean, so it's a
like
logical
Ralph
deduction.
Boner, you mean?
Kind of. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah.
WandaVision reference. They had the guy who played Quicksilver from X-Men and WandaVision, and we all thought that was a multiverse crossover, but he was some guy named Ralph Boner.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Something like that.
And Necron says, I like when they try to twist you guys clear speculation talk as scoops.
So weird.
You're being very clear. It's clearly speculation, but so if it doesn't happen, it's your fault. So, Mikey, take the L. Like what?
I hate you. It's so clear.
But they're retooling the film. I mean, they're changing it so much right now that even if, let's say, like hypothetically, even if you did report that, it changed so much. Like Mikey said that it wasn't Burton versus Batman. He definitely said that, or he was pretty sure it wasn't. But now it could be because they changed. David Zaslav changed the film, so it only takes one line of dialogue to make it Burtonverse.
All right, well, Zai, like things can change for other scoopers. Zai, it can't change for me and Mikey though. That's why I learned today.
Right, they're allowed to have changes. They're allowed to get passes when their stuff is proven to be out and out false, but not you guys. Not you guys. You guys are anything and everything that goes wrong, even if it's not your scoop, you guys get blamed for it. Sox Bulletin says Mikey even said he would take the L, and he would take the L, and he did. Mikey, like Syl's, very humble. Yeah, you guys have never shied away from it. And there's something else that Enosh said today that I took great offense to. He said that you and Mikey only tell us what we want to hear. And I took personal offense to that because there's been so many times that you and Mikey have told us things we did not want to hear. Okay? I don't know. See, and that goes to show you just how freaking brainwashed Enosh is by the people that he surrounds himself with. Because if you were to go and look at your channel at all and just kind of do a little bit of a dive and do some basic research, you would find out that Syl and Mikey are not always telling the audience what they want to hear. It just so happens that a lot of stuff that's happening now with, WBD is lining up more in line with what we like to hear, but not everything. And Mikey and you, Syl, you had a scoop not too long ago about something that everybody in the audience was like putting bourbon glasses, and it was terrible with Michael Keaton. Listen, so when he said that, I was just like, my God, dude, he said everything he needed to say. He might as well delete his Twitter account at this point.
I swear,
saying that,
bro. I mean, like it's showing ignorance, and that's why I'm like, and I keep going back to this as adults, bro, dude. Like that's a very weird approach. Because I know there's some people that still respect Enosh, and they look at him as an example. This was the worst light I've ever seen him in. I'm just dead serious. And it got to a point where he was like, I don't know what that picture was that he said. It was some kind of weird.
He showed Enosh, the pastor, the great and holy Snyder cultist leader of the Snyder fandom himself. Enosh showed us his penis on Twitter today, ladies and gentlemen. Facts.
He insinuated. I don't know what that was. I was like, Enosh, like, go to bed. Like, Just I don't know what's going on with you, bro. Someone hacked you, I hope, right? But like the subject of us telling people what they want to hear, like Necron said, the last summer was the summer of bourbon. As soon as this is how crazy it was on my channel last year. As soon as the Snyder Cut was released or about to be released, I ran a video that said the Warner Brothers actually hates this film. I did a whole stream about this. I said they actually hate the Snyder Cut. They think it's going to be terrible. Hamada hates it, and that's when we learned about the clown table. So, like, I think y'all didn't want to really hear that stuff, Zod, right? Dan, you was there.
Nope.
Y'all didn't want to hear that, But we was telling you right there, like, yo, they're killing the Snyderverse, y'all, like right in front of our eyes. And so for people to say, "Oh, we just want to tell you what y'all want to hear," is like I'm just going to just assume they don't watch the channel. And they don't want to be educated. They don't want to.
That's what you're doing. You're telling us what we want to hear, and you're grifting behind a paywall. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Even though Scoop Center, is your biggest platform show, and it's a public show. It's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing on YouTube right now. But it's behind the paywall, right?
Behind the paywall.
Davila says, "Hey ZodWriter, are you letting your beard grow out because it makes you look more handsome?" Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, I am growing it out. I'm not going to shave ever again. I'm serious.
Like a Rick Ross.
I'm seriously done. I'm not shaving ever again. These people have stressed me out so much. I'm not even going to bother to shave. I'm just going to be, I'm going to look like Father Time by next year.
I'm just happy they weren't around during the Nolan Wars, man. Like they would have flipped out with some of the leaks and the scoops that we got for Dark Knight Rises. Remember that shit, Zod? It was like all the funny like leaked scripts that came out for that shit. Like, man, these guys would not be able to handle it.
No, I don't think that they would. It's insane. I mean, and again, when you have scoopers with integrity who are willing to not only tell you what they're hearing, but they're willing to tell their audience, knowing that their audience is going to hate that information, that makes you trust them even more because they're not hiding nothing from you. They're being told this. You listen, none of us wanted, for example, none of us were excited about James Gunn taking over as head of DC.
Nope.
None of us were. Not one of us thought that was something that was going to be great for the future of the company as a whole. We were all looking at that as bourbon. We were all looking at that as a gut shot. And when Syl and Mikey discussed it, on the Scoop Center, still Syl and Mikey were just like we were. It was the same energy. So I don't get the idea of just simply go and look. Syl has an essential playlist. I can't, that essential playlist, I've given that out so many times, Syl. It's ridiculous. Just like become a member, essential playlist. Y'all just don't. Ignorance is not going to fly anymore. Anytime now on my thread, I see anybody drop ignorance, I just block them automatically. I'm not even going to bother to engage anymore.
That's how I treat burners, right? Like people that want to hide and it's like, bro, like, that's a waste of time for both of us. If you want to just spew ignorance. But the fact that, again, Enoch, we know the person behind the account, that just makes it a little more disappointing, So we got integrity, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we had respect for him. And now what little respect we had for him went out the window today.
Zod, maybe he didn't know that, right? Because I know it's not like I had a disagreement with Enoch ever, like no open. I've seen you and him kind of go back and forth before, but I never really had like a public spat with Enoch, right? So today, like maybe he didn't know that, but before this happened today, I still had like a monochrome of
respect, right? Arm's length. What do we say about what do we say about Mad Max? Arm's length.
He's right there with Mad Max now.
It's like this. It's like, look, dude, I got nothing. I had nothing against him either. I was like, we're cool. I mean, we can have a conversation. We can disagree or agree to disagree. You're a reasonable man. But when you just start coming at people and going at Mikey victim like that, it's like, and then play victim whenever you get called out.
He was the victim. Like he jumped in there, but it's ignorance, Zod. But, as we learned in the great picture theater, BVS, ignorance, not the same as innocence, right? We can't just allow people to be ignorant anymore. If they're ignorant, you just shut up, and go educate themselves, or they just gonna get blocked. Basically, that's
right. And I'm in agreement with you completely. I want people, if they're gonna come at you and Mikey for actual legit reasons related to the scoops. Don't come at you guys personally. Don't come at you guys, calling Mikey names, saying Mikey's a fraud and he's trying to con people and using
constructive criticism.
Give constructive criticism. And when you and Mikey ever do get that real L and somebody comes at you guys for a real thing, it's going to be a rare day, because I don't think these people have that ability. They're just going to continue to blame you for stuff that you had nothing to do with. So it's just the nature of the game. Right? When you guys are hot like you are, and you're in this space and you're on top right now, and everybody's watching, this is what you have to expect. But I didn't expect it to come from the preacher. I honestly didn't. That to me was.
I expect him to do a gif where he's
was freaking wild, where he's whipping it out. Yeah, he whipped it out, saying something along the lines of "Enjoy your scooping, since it's the only thing that matters in your life. You can have that." Like, bro, nobody asked you to comment. So what are we talking about here?
Like, there's gonna be other stuff coming up really soon. They think scooping is all that we do.
Yeah, scooping's all Mikey does, right?
Yeah, scooping is all Mikey does, right? Right, scooping is all Mikey does, and I honestly feel like, hey, we got the Mikey verse, man. We got these great Dreamwalker comics. I don't know what people think. Life is only about DC, I guess.
I'm just saying.
Life revolves around what color Superman's cape is in Black Adam.
It's unreal, man. And again, they don't watch the channel because I do other reviews of stuff. Like, I'm just a big fan, actually. If people watch my channel, and then we have a show that just so happens to
We've been doing a sports show with the good Austin that I keep missing because you guys do it early in the morning on Sunday.
But no, I just do scoopings. I don't do nothing else.
You don't do nothing else.
Or sensitive. You're doing that again soon.
Shout out to Necron. Turkey Day. I want to enjoy Turkey Day coming up, because I just think it's going to be it's just going to be a really interesting. If you're fans of Mikey Sutton, you should just be staying tuned to what he's doing. It's not just scooping, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it, right? So the cool stuff to come.
Exactly, cool stuff to come from the Cool Table, from Syl Nation. We're all one big happy community here, and when you have people trying to encroach on our community and trying to piss all over Mikey Sutton, you can expect us to clap back, because that's just not going to stand.
But they're like, you're piling on, you're piling.
Right. That's what RJ was saying. We were piling on Enosh.
But he came in where he wasn't.
It's like us going into a into a Marvel thread and talking like Namor sucks, Black Panther 2 is gonna flop, saying all these things and expecting not to get backlash.
Like, what you think is gonna happen? They're like, hey, why are you attacking me? Because you came in attacking, bro. That's how life works.
Mikey Sutton.
We've got the great Scooper Supreme Mikey Sutton in the chat. Might be an interesting Thanksgiving. Yeah. Remember what Mikey said about hypothetically speaking 2 turkeys, and we'll just leave the 2 turkeys there.
On a side note, because I know there's a lot of Snyder fans here, including us. Me and Zod are still Snyder fans, and Dan as well. What if Zach does another turkey, right? Like, what? And he puts he puts the script closer to the turkey.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little. Hopefully it's cooked a little clearer this time, right? Yeah. And Mikey Sutton says, "You guys changed my life, Mikey. You changed all our lives." I'm just gonna be the one to say that right now. You guys, I mean, I have to be honest. I couldn't be happier with the way that this community has blossomed and the way things have been going, and you guys, I mean, all the success that you guys have, that you and Mikey still have as a team, is just is just unbelievable. And this is how you know that you guys are legit, that even all that other stuff, that's why you're always going to have people like myself coming to bat for you over all this BS with people like Enosh. Because at the end of the day, it's all about, if we're gonna have it, we're gonna have it be about who you like and who you know and who you care about. Then we're gonna make it about that. You want to make it about that? We'll make it about that. That's exactly what you've done. You've made it about that. So now we know it's not about scooping. So come correct. Just come at Syl and Mikey. Tell them you don't like them. You don't like Syl. You don't like Mikey's face. You don't like my face. You don't like Dan's hat. You don't like Johnny's avatar. Be honest about what you don't like.
Yeah,
Don't make it about some other stuff that's just completely inconceivable. Don't make it about some stupid stuff. Yeah,
so
but
this is the thing, because like with RJ, I thought that was a really weird take. Like, well, we could find toxic stuff that he's done before. It's like, bro, what? This is getting childish now, right? He's not perfect. Were you jealous of Mikey? That's what it sounds like, But as far as what Mikey said, as far as again changing his life, I made it very clear. Like when my channel started, and again, Dan was one of the first viewers. He probably was the first person that subbed to my channel back then. Real talk. And I knew like it was a lot of channels doing the same thing around that time, and Dan can attest to that. Zod, was doing 4 Nerds. Everyone had different channels and stuff like that. Meeting Mikey like that literally, gave my channel something different, right? That no one else had. So, cause I know people was like, well, Syl, your channel's getting better only because you have Mikey. I'm like, yeah, that was the point. That was the point to do something different, And then it came out that really we was helping each other. All right. So.
Oh my God, Mikey, you're making my heart stop.
Another one, Mikey.
Mikey just gave me something. He just dropped something in my DMs. Mikey, you are the best, brother. You are the best, and we do have Skywalker on the panel as well. Thank God you're here, Skywalker, because you missed all the festivities earlier, and I know you're here for it, bro.
Hey, you know what I didn't expect to see? Going on Twitter. I didn't expect a man of the cloth to whip his penis out on Twitter in front of everybody.
Enosh is what they called him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The holy Enosh. Yes.
I didn't know about that part.
I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked they even insinuate that. I was like, we wouldn't even go in there, bro.
We don't joke like that over here, bro. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to drop no towel. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Like, you go over and talk to RJ.
I couldn't be, again, guys, I couldn't be happier that Skywalker is here too, because Skywalker, the crap that me and Syl had to put up with today. I will say this. They go at Mikey Sutton. There's going to be trouble, and that's what we were saying. You can't go at Mikey like that. You cannot.
Yo, I'm sorry that I missed all this earlier, but I do have to say this, okay? Because as being one of the very few enlightened ones, right, that's really kind of aware of what's going on. Yo, I'm so glad that this is happening right now. I'm so glad that everybody's coming out and they're showing their true colors. You know what I'm saying? Especially right about now. So everybody just, go on out there and just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. And, hey, we'll be talking in a few weeks.
It's gonna be a nice Thanksgiving. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. The turkey is never gonna have tasted better. I'm telling you.
Yeah, a turkey day. We'll have a great turkey day.
Yeah, I'm on some ham too with it. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah,
turkey,
get something.
I'm gonna get a ham, like a honey ham too.
That big ham, yo.
Now that would be absolutely appropriate, of course.
Like you said, prick instead of prick.
Yeah, at least
Mikey's toxic now. Mikey's toxic.
Mikey's toxic now. And if Mikey's toxic now, it's because y'all out there made Mikey toxic. Because Mikey wasn't toxic before. So if y'all done made us, y'all made everybody toxic. Y'all made us all arrogant now because we're all like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool.
I never would have did Clapback Saturdays. Like if people wasn't talking, I never would have did Clapback Saturdays. So it's like now they're like, oh, Syl, you talk with too much bravado.
I told Saggy Melons when I was on her stream the other day, Syl, that when Clapback Saturday started, I told her straight up, it was all in good fun when it started. The first couple Clapback Saturdays were fun. We did our stream, and RJ and the Scooby Gang went back and did their stream. Shout out to the Scooby Gang that Syl named y'all. Just saying. But here's the funny part about that. It was all in good fun. Man. I mean, we were seeing our faces on thumbnails with dunce caps and clown noses and all types of stuff. And we were seeing our faces on so many thumbnails. We were thinking it was about time we started charging for our likeness. But that's another story. All I know for sure is the first couple of episodes, the first couple of back and forth was kind of fun. Because it was kind of like, I think it was Skywalker who coined it. It was kind of like you'd see Clapback Saturday, and then you'd see them, and it would be like previously on The Walking Dead. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool because it was content and it was just back and forth, and a lot of it was fun and it seemed cool. But then people's feelings got hurt. And that's where you start to see you started to see differences. You started to see where people were really taking that stuff seriously. So yeah, I mean, Syl, I completely understand that you never would have did it if people weren't talking so much mess.
Dude, because I had a show like I was gonna do a Saturday stream, just one given Saturday. I think it was when it was something with James Gunn. I think maybe it was like the Peacemaker finale or something like that. And so I was gonna stream about that, and then I started getting these DMs that morning. Like they was like, "Oh, Syl, they streamed about you last night. And it was on Mad Max stream," and so I was like, "Man," I was like, "It's just time to clap back, man." Right? It just became his thing. Then Abu Naz did the song. It was over after Abu Naz did the song. I was like, "Yeah, the clap back Saturdays." But I mean, it needed to be said. But now it's like, you know what? We leaving the foolishness. If they want to be foolish, we'll let them be foolish. Because it's going to be a nice Thanksgiving. Yeah,
it's going to be a nice Thanksgiving with plenty of turkey and ham for everybody. Oh, and by the way, the greatest thing in the world is, Clapback. We don't need to ever do another Clapback Saturday. Ever.
No,
I got it all out.
Yo, it's crazy though, right? How like they just get to say whatever they want for however long ad nauseum, right? They get to just say, just cackle, right? But as soon as you say anything, bro,
like, oh.
Enoch
did. Enoch literally jumped into a thread that he was not tagged in, not talked about at all. Jumped in. We clapped at him. Oh, hey, dog paddling. Like, bro.
Nobody was even thinking about him when I started the thread. I wasn't even thinking about him. So I was just defending you and Mikey.
That's interesting, that Scott. They don't want us to talk back. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
they don't want us to talk back.
Nah, that's exactly what it is, yo. They get to say whatever, and you better take it. You better take it, and you better shut up, Syl. You know what I'm saying? You better not say nothing back, bro.
Don't say nothing. And yes, Davila, I agree with you. That turkey once had a name, and its name was Enoch.
Wow.
And we got Mikey Sutton saying, "Don't forget the serving of crows, ZodWriter."
I may try some crow this Thanksgiving. You know, try different meats. You know,
I mean, they got you taking so many L's, Syl, that a little bit of crow should be okay, right?
Or maybe we'll serve crow. I don't know. We'll see. Thanksgiving.
Oh my God! What an incredible smell we've discovered the smell of success on Syl and Mikey. It's just beautiful. It just smells beautiful. It smells like potpourri up in here, y'all. It's beautiful. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. It's insanely awesome. And everybody should be happy right now. You should be happy if you're a DC fan. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. If you're a DC fan, you got no reason to even be complaining right now. You should be.
Oh, they're looking for
I
ways.
mean, like I said, the regime has totally changed. So it's like those people that still saying, "Oh, we still got to fight and we got to protest." It's like, bro, like I'm sorry. A good part of the fandom, they don't want to hear that, bro. They
even announced season 2 of Sandman. That's coming to Netflix. So like, it really is a good time to be a DC fan, even for a Vertigo fan like myself.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be, Johnny.
Mikey just sent me something, y'all.
Oh, of course he did.
Did he send you what he sent me? Because what he sent me is beautiful. Oh my God.
Yo, man. You know what? This is even like more reinforcement that I'm glad that this shit is happening right now. I'm glad y'all out there tripping. Yeah, just keep going at Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it. They keep calling him a filter, calling him a liar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just making up stuff. Like, he doesn't know anybody in the industry.
He don't know nobody.
Okay.
Mike ain't got no connections, right?
Okay.
Guy's a complete fraud.
He's a fraud.
Like what are you talking about? No, my favorite one was when Zeverfett called him a charlatan. I was like, what? A charlatan? What are you talking about?
Yo, Mikey's all
busted out the thesaurus for that one.
Hey, he's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a charlatan. He's a snake oil salesman. yo, he's all that shit, right?
Don't forget,
like, all y'all being deluded.
He's a petty grifter.
Don't trust him, girl.
You're not spending your money on the memberships. Why do you care?
Don't trust him. Remember he screwed over people in the music industry back in the 80s.
Back then, they're all trying to save us, bro.
They're trying to save y'all.
I have to make my own decisions with my money.
It's about you, Dan. They're trying to
Who
save
will
you.
save your soul?
Hey, saving souls with the dicks out. Come on.
I'm trying to save you.
Like Quagmire from Family Guy. Like, dude, what are you doing? Put that away, preacher. Lord.
And we said it was like, yo, bro, like the first time it was like Enoch's like, because I wasn't cursing at him. I wasn't really doing anything like that. And for him to react like that, someone was like, "Yo, Enoch's like, ain't you? You are right, bro." Like, whipped it out, He's like, they don't mean nothing to me.
You know who our biggest fan on this show is right now tonight? Enoch, because he's watching. He's watching because he loves it when people talk about him. Positive or negative, he loves being the topic of conversation. So he's getting it today.
He said, "I don't care nothing about that." I was like, "Dang,
Lord!" Bro, I mean, holy Leon Flores! Oh my goodness!
Must be really good.
Yeah, what just happened? Like,
wow.
Mikey shares scoops with Sky and ZodWriter for live reactions, like private that not even members can know. So,
oh my God,
I got no.
He just jizzed in his pants, though, dude.
Mikey,
I realized that, right?
I literally did just jizz in my pants right now. That's how great it was. I pulled an Enoch right now. I pulled a Penosh. I didn't whip it out, but I pulled a Penoch. Oh Lord! I'm gonna have to get me one of those. I'm gonna have to get me one of those plain white sheets and cut some eyes in it and just run around yelling like a lunatic. Wow, Penosh was sent here to save us all. Mikey, Thank you so much for that. My heart nearly stopped. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And I know Skywalker, I know you got it too, so I know you can relate. All right? I know you can relate. Oh,
Not
we
me.
are
Crazy, man.
we are living in some amazing times. That's all I got to say. Captain Save the Scoop.
Captain Save a Scoop.
It's about your
yo. Enosh.
Yo, good shit, Marcus.
Enosh. Yeah, Captain Save a Scoop. You know what? That's the comment of the night because Enosh, he just straight up,
Yo,
he's about the people.
you want to know what's so funny?
firing
though?
everybody.
You want to know what's so funny though? Don't dude swear up and down that he don't care about scoopers and he just don't listen to scoopers?
No, he don't listen to Scoopers. You know who he
What
listens
keep
to?
talking about?
You know who he listens to? He listens to the guy at the hardware store.
Yep.
That's where he gets all his scoops from.
I'm trying to understand if you. It's almost like it's all the people that saying they don't care about scoopers that keeps talking about
Caring about scoopers.
It's very weird. It's very weird. Like I don't care about sorry for the soccer, the football fans, the international football. I don't care about soccer. My channel is not going to be about soccer every day, right? Like, I hate soccer. I'm so tired of soccer. They be sliding and kicking people and stuff. Like, I wouldn't talk about it, but they don't care about scoopers. But I don't know. Are they getting clicks off of us?
Well, it's not scoopers. Syl, it's not scoopers. It's you and Mikey. That's the onus of the problem. You guys are the problem. It's not scoopers.
The black guy.
It's not scoopers. It's Mikey Sutton and some black guy. That's the problem.
Look, man. Look.
Oh,
I be trying not to say it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes the list of people that they don't be messing with be like real weird. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh my God.
Right.
Like,
They want to bring up racism in accordance with Mikey Sutton, but like Skywalker just said, when you really look at the list of people they ain't messing with, there's one real common denominator about that list. I'm just saying.
I just want to reiterate Turkey Day. It's getting real. If you hate Mikey Sutton right now, I'll say a quadruple by Thanksgiving.
Nah, yo, that shit ain't gonna quadruple. No, this shit about to be, yo, I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. There's gonna be a nerd apocalypse, yo.
And the Americans for Suicide Prevention line is gonna be lighting up like a Christmas tree. For real, bro. It's gonna be terrible.
I want to find the best way to tease because I've been trying to practice this because I know Mike has been teasing y'all for weeks now. And obviously we're not going to spoil anything, but it's just Mikey's stature just in the entertainment world. Like the hierarchy is about to change, right?
Don't say that. That's a bad phrase.
Syl, check your Facebooks for a live reaction.
Oh shit, we got one with Syl now.
Boy.
I did, yeah. All right, Jay, yeah. That's why I started talking when he sent me that. But the hierarchy is about to change. Okay, like so, I'm just saying, like, it's nothing you can do, right? When that happens, when the hierarchy changes, like.
It's going to be the equivalent. It's going to be the equivalent of a nerd nuke going off, just like Sky just said, like a nerd apocalypse. Because these people now that are going at you and Mikey, they're going to eat each other because they don't have anything. They don't have anything else to do. They're going to be pointing fingers and all kinds of stuff. Could you imagine Could you imagine what Mad Max's streams are going to be like?
It's going to come to a point where if you just truly just hate Mikey said, you're just going to look like a hater. That's just all. It's going to be just an equalizer where either you're really supportive or you're a hater, and it's going to be very clear who haters are. Like they could be, under sheep clothing now, like Enosh was for a while, but.
Yo,
when the hierarchy change, it's gonna be very clear.
Yo, we are coming to a fork in the road, people.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
exactly get your affairs in order. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you support I'll say this: those out there who support Mikey or myself, like y'all keep rocking, doing what y'all do. Y'all know Mikey gives y'all the information. I'm just gonna be really. It's just gonna be very interesting. That's all I can say. It's gonna be very interesting.
Syl, let's get that live reaction, Syl. Go ahead and check that Facebook.
I already did. That's why I started talking. As soon as I saw it. That's why I was like, the hierarchy's about to change.
Hold up. Because he just sent me something. Hold up.
Another.
But no, it's just like I said, it's just amazing times. I'm really happy. I'm gonna be really happy just to see Mikey get his proper respect. I think that's the biggest thing.
That's what he deserves. He deserves proper respect. And when he gets that proper respect, we can all be happy because you guys, you and Mikey both deserve respect. You've been getting, I'm noticing something, ever since you and Mikey became really like where you were putting out scoops and you were being spot on with everything. You guys have been getting hit up so much with so much hate and ignorance and negativity that it makes it look like it has to be considered. There has to be something more to it other than just, you guys are getting things right while Casey Walsh and all these other lunatics are getting things wrong. But with that, I want to bring on somebody else who's been very, very legit when it comes to a lot of the stuff that he's been saying. And I'm telling you, whenever I see stuff from this man on Twitter, I almost always got to like it because he's always on point. Ladies and gentlemen, I am welcoming Leon the New Geeks to the chat. Another member of the cool table, of course. What's up, Leon?
What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
All right.
Great.
That's what's up.
Oh my God, Mikey just dropped something else in the. Oh my God! Like literally, I am stunned, Mikey. This is like looking at perfection. Only this time you can see perfection looking back at you. Unbelievable! Wow.
I'm done with Zion. I'm done with Zion.
Oh my God, guys. This is just some crazy stuff, y'all.
I'm done with this dude. But like I said, because again, I know like with you, and I tell Mikey this, I'm like, I know people are wondering like, what's going on with this, right? And it's like, obviously it's going to come out when it comes out, but just the main thing, it's going to put some more respect on Mikey's name, and that's really what it comes down to. And so y'all fans of Mikey, that's what this is all about. I know they're like, oh, is the Snyderverse going to be restored? Is it this? It's just like
it's inevitable,
brick by brick.
Yeah. Because we ain't got to tell you about the Snyderverse, but just respect for Mikey, and it's just going to be another level. It may change how my show is done with Mike. I don't know what's going to happen, bro. But
right? Facts. Yo, in the immortal words of the rap supergroup West Side Connection, bow down. Yo, y'all about to bow down. Yo.
I know people are like,
Mikey's right. Mikey's right again. He said, wait until Halloween 2024. The costumes.
Well, hopefully not those Justice League suits, right? They would
Justice.
Oh, you have no idea, Dan. You have no idea, Dan. I wish I could tell you. Wow.
Skywalker has a Justice suit he wears sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't do
that red and blue suit will get you in trouble, yo. That should get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
That'll get you beat up on the school. That'll get you beat up on the schoolyard if you go around the RT Snyder Cut kids.
The suit from a Zack Snyder film is Justice. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that's basically what y'all. Well, see, what the Snyder OnlyFans, what they need to happen, they need Man of Steel and Batman v Superman refilmed in the black suit. Like have Zack Snyder edit it so that it's black suit in post-production, so that.
But that's why there needs to be a Snyder OnlyFans page specifically for that type of pornography.
They need that, man. And then maybe someone could whip it out.
Then they could have Enosh cameo whipping it out in every movie, just like whipping it out, talking about pushing and pulling.
Yeah, what was all that shit earlier, man, that I missed? I had to catch him. I was like, yo, is this dude putting up cartoons and towels? Like, what's going on? The hell?
He just stuck his nose where it didn't belong.
Look,
he stuck something else where it didn't belong too.
Me and Mikey getting attacked the whole thread. I mean, for the most
whole
part,
thread.
And he just snaps and like, I'm just gonna whip it out. Like, huh?
Yo,
like, you're the one attacking us. Like,
and you were like, after that, so you was like, I'm done. This dude just whipped it out. He's whipped it out,
bro. I'm like, go pray or something. I don't know.
For real.
Go pray.
Pull your pants up, hit your knees, put your hands together, talk to God, bro. You tripping?
Like real talk. Like I'm not even playing when I
For
say that.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. Just a goodwill suggestion. My
exactly. God, you're just being kind, Leon. You're offering advice.
It's real advice.
It's ridiculous,
man. Somebody catch me doing that, they're like, "Oh man, Syl, like, what's going on with you, man?" Like,
well,
if you made that kind of
they would send the police to your house.
Oh, they cancel me, yeah. They cancel.
Basically,
like, oh my god,
it'd be like if you, Skywalker, and Leon decided to bring a brick to Zack Snyder's house.
They'd be like, first super chats, now this. They hate them super chats.
Oh yeah, super chats.
Unless it's for them.
Yeah, it's just for them. Yeah, a double standard again, right? I can't believe
they hate their members' content too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they hate that.
Remember, they hate Patreons. They hate everything they have. They hate that we have it. Like, I don't get this, man. Double standard. Someone said it. It's like, look, Syl has a Patreon. And I was like, bro, like, you literally have a Patreon too. Like, why are you mad? Like, why are you mad that I have a Patreon?
Wow.
I need to hear how other people spend their money.
It is so unreal, bro.
It's terrible. Socks bulletins. Mikey wants to get your live reaction on some stuff. He's got some stuff he's going to drop to you. So if you want to come on, I put the link in the chat for you. I only put this link in the chat for Socks. So Socks, if you want to come on, you can go ahead and do it. That'd be perfectly great. Or Pinosh. Pinosh, if you want to come on and defend yourself and you're not and you promise to be decent and not expose yourself on the screen, we can.
I can't believe we have to say this.
We can kind of see, I would be afraid to allow that guy to come on now because I'd be afraid he'd be one of those people that would leave us with a Tuesday surprise. I mean, I don't
remember Sharon? Remember Sharon?
Sharon Peters. Oh my God, I miss Sharon Peters. I miss Sharon Peters so goddamn much. I can't tell you how much I miss her. She's so amazing. I can't
believe we have to really think twice now with this dude.
I don't trust Syl Nation at this point.
He just might drop his towel. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
He's like, all right, you know what? Take
it's because he was getting his ass whooped. He was like, I got to do something desperate. Getting jumped.
It was a matter of desperately seeking clout. That's what it was.
Yo, you wanna know what's so funny though? They always acting like Syl is out here like telling everybody what to tweet and to fucking attack. Yo, they just be mad because like their support ain't lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all be having people backing up that bullshit too, but y'all just not smart or witty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, you know that they'll say something and they should be barren, bro. No likes, no retweets, no help, no nothing. You come at Syl. Right. You come at Syl or anybody in Syl Nation, we on that ass. It's a wrap, bro.
It was always a wrap. I mean, Skywalker was talking about going back to the balcony. And I done told y'all what happens when that happens. So it's not funny anymore. It's like,
that should be all bad, bro. That should be all bad.
And Mikey in the chat, he says they hate it because they think Syl and I are buying Lambos. And then and I gotta pay special attention. I gotta pay special attention to this comment here from my good friend Showcast. What's up, Showcast? Showcast said, Zod, I've been telling you about Enosh. I was right. And yes, you were. You were right 100% about that, man. Fake as the day is long.
Wow,
and I got a $10 super chat here from KR saying, I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united. And that's what Syl Nation is. Syl Nation is united. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So I know Scott talked on that as far as like I think someone was going at Marcus Neo Sevens, right? And then they kept telling Marcus, tell Syl this, and they're like, bro, like why? They thinking Syl like controls all these people. Like, it was very weird, but we got Socks on the panel.
Yes, we do.
Way, Socks.
Socks, great to see you, buddy. Are
What
you
up,
doing
Socks?
okay? How you holding up?
I had to get on because our Lord and Savior Sutton is in here, and he created my character, so I gotta show my respect. And of course, thank you for having.
Well, thank you for being here, Socks. It's always a pleasure. And Mikey Sutton
guys,
says
even
Jesus wouldn't retweet him.
Not when he whipped it out. Yeah, like that's. I told him, I was like, bro, I was like, dude, like as a man of God, bro, like this is.
God may not care about kingship, but he cares about respect.
Bro.
In front of the eyes of the Lord, bro.
He said upon the eyes of God or something. I was like, yo, that thing felt like it came from the Bible when Syl said that. I was like, what?
And Showcast says, respect to the prophets, the Nostradamus of Scoops, Syl Damas, and Mikey Damas.
Okay.
So there you go.
I used to see him around when when I used to watch Enosh and Mad Max, I think. So yeah, shout out to Showcast.
And Mikey Sutton says, I'll bomb your Facebook right now, Socks. So you're about to get you're about to get that bomb. And Mikey also says Jesus doesn't accept bricks.
Do they even have bricks during his time?
Are they gonna try to drive a brick down to Jesus?
Now I'm not trying to be mean, like, because again, this exchange I had with Eda, like he said, and I'm not making fun. Like I said, I'm a person of faith as well too. So just take this as a joke. But he really said he talked to God, like in the middle of our exchange.
In the middle of it, yeah, I saw that too.
And he said, and God's telling him that I'm saying nonsense. And I was like, that's when I said, I said, under the eyes of God, like I just sent 3 examples of scoops that you could verify. I was like, under the eyes of God, like you're saying these are lies.
Yeah, it's all lies. It's all lies, but he's taking his penosh out.
I ain't been correct about nothing, bro.
Yeah, I was like, you really gonna say? I was like, for real, you really gonna say?
Crazy.
The eyes of the Lord, that I'm lying about everything, and then he whipped it out.
And we know you're lurking. We know you're lurking, Enosh. Maybe you watch that. Maybe you're busy watching that Weird Al Yankovic movie, but you need to stop yanking it. Get out here and speak for yourself, man.
You know what, bro?
Just stay in your lane, Enosh. That's it. Just stay in your lane.
And then so I was like, yo, Enosh, like, you ain't supposed to move like that, right? Okay. He was like, what that supposed to mean to me? I was like, oh, you done lost it. You done lost it, bro.
That's crazy, man.
He definitely said that, and it's there in the thread for all to see, unless he deleted the tweets. I don't know.
Did you screenshot it? Because once you screenshot,
yeah, I got a screen. Oh yeah, we got.
Syl said, oh yeah,
we kept the file.
We kept the file. Straight up.
We got screenshot. Actually, the money shot. Yeah, we got the money shot.
Bro. And then what did it say? What did it say on that picture? He was like,
Lord's name in vain. Come on, man. What's going on?
I was so shocked. I was like, bro, like,
talking about he talked to God.
Jesus said, whip it out.
Because I want to know. I was like, God's telling you right now that I'm lying. Like, real talk.
Hey, Enosh, if you watching, bro, that ain't God talking to you, my brother. I'm just here to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You might want to bathe in some holy water. Yeah, you might want to bathe in some holy water because that ain't God, bro.
That's Matt Jarbo is here, bro.
It's not even the devil. It's Matt Jarbo. Close enough.
I believe when people say they hear voices. I'm not making fun of any conditions or anything. I'm just saying I believe when people say they're hearing voices, it just who are you hearing though? That's all I'm saying. I believe.
What's his name?
Get
a name.
Basically.
I just want to know were they telling you that I was lying? That's all.
He said, I just want to know who they were. Do they have a name? Do they have identification?
Enosh reminds me of that crazy mother in the film Carrie. Oh no,
bro! I'll show Zod the screen. The man said he was talking to like as we were like talking back and forth. He said that God told him that I was lying.
El Necron said he's going to ask Jesus if he should get out of the street.
You gonna pray on it, Necron?
Pray on it. Mikey, your scoop broke socks, but he had to go fix his computer. He was gonna go get out his computer because he was lagging. Oh my God!
Crazy. This is really what happened, y'all. I know. I was shocked too. That's why I kept talking to him like that, Lena. I was like, bro, like I'm just saying, you're a man of God, bro. Like we can't.
Hey, Syl, isn't he a pastor?
That's what I'm saying. He said that don't mean nothing to him. I was like,
what the?
I was like, you're gangster.
We know he ain't talking to God now. He can't be. The pastor has foregone. Bruh. It don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing. That's like what people. That's like what people say whenever Mikey and Syl say a scoop. They be like, "Oh, it don't mean nothing."
Hey, you want to know what do mean something though? The fact that Syl take a L. You know what I'm saying? That means everything to these motherfuckers, right?
That means more to him than God, I'm assuming. Because dang, bro. Wow, he invoked God.
That's crazy, bro.
And then went and turned his back.
I was shocked.
That's crazy.
What was happening.
Syl said, "Hold on, you want to take it to church? We can take it to church before the eyes of the Lord."
Yeah, when Syl went there, I knew things had gotten real. I was like, "Damn, dude, just totally."
I was like, "What language I need to speak to him in?" Because I'm like, "This is going too far."
He's about to start talking in tongues. Dude is all.
And then he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna end this."
Jesus, when I whip out my holy PP to the world, Jesus says, "You crazy? Why are you talking to me about your dirty dicky?" Oh,
Bruh, Jesus was like, "Yo, don't put me in this, bro. Like, don't."
Right.
That's what I was like, God don't want to be a part of this.
Mikey said, "Don't offend the Church of L."
Bro, don't put me in this, bro. Like,
nothing makes Jesus cry harder than Snyder Cut lies, man. Like those just really break the
all
Lord's
due
heart.
respect, because I was being very clear, like, yo, I'm not trying to step on anything here. I'm like, bro, I was trying to tell him you shouldn't mess with this right now. Like, this ain't the route to go to try to prove me and Mikey wrong, right?
Yeah. If you don't want religion involved, don't bring it in.
Yeah, bruh, they about to look so fucking silly pretty soon, man. This shit is so funny. Yo, just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Just keep driving head first, 100 miles an hour off a fucking cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unprovoked.
Yeah.
There's no more tires on the church van. What do you expect?
Bruh, just keep driving 100 miles an hour. Ain't no cliff there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just keep going to the nothing underneath you.
We're gonna be testifying Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're gonna be definitely testifying.
Yo, Hey, we bringing them to the front of the congregation. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to anyway make nobody shy away from. I'm like, yo, no, we all gonna bow down. Thanksgiving. I'll be right there with y'all, man.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. We're gonna have such a feast. We're gonna have a couple different turkeys to choose from. Do we want the more nuanced turkey, or do we want the old style? What do we want?
You want the white meat or the dark meat?
Dark meat. I'm a dark meat man. Give me that dark meat, yo.
Dark. Same here. Dark meat's the best. White meat doesn't have any flavor.
Hey,
for real.
But the white meat is just as important.
White meat matters, bro.
I was just about to say that joke.
I mean, but unnatural meat, it just doesn't taste as good. But I get the analogy.
Still getting on me. Damn it. I was this close to saying it.
Snowcast makes a great point here. He says, on a serious note, ever since Justice League was confirmed and released, a lot of people have been exposing themselves that they are not really for DC or Zack. That's exactly right. That's been going on. And a lot of these people have just been like showing their ass. And in Enosh's case, well, he's showing us his pee-pee. So we got some issues there. It's a big deal.
Really did that,
Is it a big deal or a small deal? I don't know. Somebody said
it's probably a small deal, but we can't really speculate. It was just a cartoon that we saw. It was just a cartoon. Oh my God! Hypothetically speaking.
All right, hypothetically.
No, he said hypocritically speaking.
Hypocritically, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you see.
Hypocritically,
basically.
My brain just kind of read that as hypothetically because I'm so used to.
Right. That's funny.
This is crazy.
All right, Stocks. What's going on? Let's see. Let's see what Mikey's gonna drop into Socks's inbox there.
That's a preview of the face he gonna make.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Stocks, so don't. Can't come after him.
Still got jokes tonight.
Dude, after that exchange with the pastor, man, man.
God is pretty easy to make jokes.
Like, I was like, this don't feel right, bro.
No, it don't feel right. It's got to make you feel a little bit. It's got to make you feel a little bit unclean, Syl. You got to go take a shower afterwards.
Watch a comedy or something like, something to laugh a little bit.
Watch Step Brothers. Because that's the level of intelligence you're dealing with there. If you watch the movie Step Brothers, it puts it in perspective.
I swear, bro. Unreal. I didn't see that coming. I'll tell you that. Didn't see that one.
Nobody did. That was a hell of a
I asked like an intelligent question too. He's like, you know what? Like, wait a minute, bro. Like, we're conversing, right?
His response to intelligence is cartoon nudity. All right.
Shot in the dark, Syl. It was just a shot in the dark. That's all it was. It was shot in the dark.
Yo.
Nope, doesn't work. You can't shoot in the dark.
Whip it out, and see if anybody notices.
Unreal.
Bro, that was like one of the first things I saw too when I was catching up. I was like, what the hell is this? And I had to go all the way back. I was like, what happened to lead up to this?
I'll be the one like to break and be like, fuck it, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna talk to the dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe he's confused. Like,
you trying to reason with him?
Yeah. He didn't reason with this, with these.
Reason with these.
You're not as easy to deal with as KC Pink Hair Walsh now. So we got to pull them out. Let's drop these.
I'm gonna drop them things on you.
You have no argument anymore. That's what we got resort to.
Oh man. man.
Mikey left white meat for dark meat. Former friend. Oh, Mikey.
Bruh.
Mikey's taking the gloves off too because he's been seeing what we've been going through all damn day, Syl.
That's the thing. Mikey would do something like that. Like, oh, you know, these. Like, I can see
Right.
Mikey's story time. I expect Enoch should go story time.
Go on,
He be watching the shows. Right? He did watch our shows, Mikey.
It was a small tale and a short story. But
Well, he was in a sharing mood.
TMI. Too much.
Reaching the key.
I'm like, what?
I mean, I know because we was all with our jaws on the floor while we was typing. Like, we can't believe who we're going back and forth with right now. Like, what?
Syl was like, what the fuck?
You should believe these. I'm like, whoa, bro.
Syl was like, what the fuck?
Bro.
Be like, Pastor, what would your congregation think, bruh?
Yeah, I know. Somebody sent those tweets to the congregation. We'll have them be the
That don't mean nothing to me. I'm like, whoa, bro. What? You a little too gangster right now, bro. What
don't mean nothing. What did you get let go again? Is that what it is? For real?
God hates me.
Bro.
Like, dude, don't be
Damn,
nothing to me.
not let go again. Oh, what?
I was like, kid, I was like,
Well, yeah, because it wouldn't be the first time. That's all I'm saying. I mean, he's had a.
I can see why.
He's like,
yo, man, look.
I just got a question to the congregation.
Y'all better stop.
Y'all like cartoons?
I'm about to
Y'all like cartoons.
yo, I'm about to start cooking this man. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Skywalker, just don't forget the bricks, okay, bro?
Nah, man. Bro.
Don't forget the bricks,
man, bro. This man, he is a man of the cloth. And he out there, he out there dropping his towel on Twitter. It's like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you, bro?
Dropping his
towel. Whole thread. It's a whole thread, Sky. Like, it's unbelievable. That whole thread. Bro.
I heard.
I'm like, why is this man acting like that?
I heard the congregation like animation.
It happened on Twitter, Showcast.
On Twitter, bro.
No, Integrity. No, they're not actually beefing. What it is it was just a really heated exchange because Syl wasn't beefing with him. Nobody was beefing.
Nobody
invited himself.
He inserted himself in the situation and created the beef. He was hungry.
Yeah. And he played victim somehow.
He wanted a beef sandwich, so Syl and I gave it to him. That's all.
And then at the end, he started flirting with a cartoon.
It was funny. It was after Marcus gave him that zap. I think that's what really tipped him over the edge. He played that gift from Watchmen. He's like, you know what?
Zap.
He said, "Zap D's."
Hey, Zach or Zap, yo.
Straight up.
Talk, yo.
What happened to Rorschach, man?
I was like, hey, Zap or Zap, you know? And he said it wrong, and Marcus said Zap.
I think Sickness puts it in perspective very, very eloquently. It was actually just Enosh going at Syl unprovoked. That's what it was, really.
I'm supposed to just sit there and take it, Integrity. I guess that's what they think.
Right. They just wanted
like a good old boy.
you to take it like a good old boy, yeah. Like,
And what did
some black guy, you know.
What did he keep repeating? Henry Cavanagh Comic-Con, Henry Cavanagh Comic-Con. I was like, what is wrong with that dude?
They'll never
Henry Cavanagh Comic-Con.
Like, you good, bro?
Bro, Syl was checking up on me. He was like, yo, you all right, bro? Like, yo.
He literally said that too. You all right? That was about Scoob. You all right? Yo.
He's like, bro.
It was so conversational.
Are you all right? Are you okay? We need to do a wellness check.
Like, bro,
Somebody call his house and make sure he's okay. I was about to start calling people I have mutuals with who might have his number. Be like, hey, yo, you need to do a wellness check on your boy because he's spewing stuff he ain't never said before. I really, truly am feeling like I hope Enosh was hacked. I really do, because that's the only thing you can, like, that's the only saving element there. Like, if he was hacked. If he wasn't hacked, well,
just say you were. Just say you were, Enosh.
Just like Grace.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
From my Time to Shine account.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Yo, you want to know what's so funny? Is that right before he dropped his towel? You know what I'm saying? And Marcus was like, yo, aren't you a pastor, bro? Right, but right before he dropped his towel, you kind of put the pressure on him. You was like, yo, like, name one outlandish claim, bro. Like, name one. And then he's like, I'm gonna just fucking drop my towel. And
that's literally how it happened. That's literally how it happened, bro. Like, the thread is literally there, right? I was like, bro, just that's all I'm asking, dude. Just one example. Like,
there was no alley-oop for that.
No. Shout out to Marcus Neil Sevens. It was admin 2, not Pinosh. It was admin 2.
Like the most garbage admin ever, right? Like admin 2, this dude.
Oh, it was admin 2. Blame it on admin 2.
Oh boy. Is he still admin? Did they kick him out?
Man,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'll reach out to admin 1 about that.
Yeah, reach out to admin 1. Admin 1 gotta know. Admin 1's like, I tried to get rid of him. I tried. Oh man. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Mikey? This was all in defense of your honor, brother. We were trying to get, I can't believe what we had to go through. This dude is crazy.
Also, picking on Mikey on Twitter when he's not even on Twitter is just like, it's like picking on someone where they can't defend themselves.
That's what I said. That's what I was telling. That's what I was
like
saying.
Jumping Syl in a space over Mikey.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah.
That's what it's like.
Right? After a while, I was like, man, why don't y'all like reach out to Mikey or something? Like,
for real.
Like, Mikey questions. So how did Mikey say that? I'm like, you should ask Mikey. I mean,
basically.
Like, they got mad. Oh my God. I'm like, huh?
But you and Mikey are one hive mind. You both think the same.
Hey, yo.
You share the same house. You wear the same underwear. That's like all.
One of them was like, yo, Syl's always trying to pass the buck to Mikey. You know, I was like, yo, like.
It's like, yo, let's keep it a buck. Syl and Mikey are 2 different people. They live in 2 different houses. They got 2 different brains. I don't know what y'all are thinking.
You have 2 different opinions about things too.
Y'all literally asking him questions about Mikey.
Well, people don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're questioning Mikey's information. It's like all of us read that information, so it's like we see for ourselves. So, if they're attacking an outlet that you know about, it's like, yo, like, you're wrong, right? Like they're like, oh, you're sticking up for him. I'm like, no, like, I believe Mikey Sutton, so we're going to defend that, right? So it's very childish. That's why I was telling Enosh, like, I was like, bro, like, this is really beneath you, right? Under the eyes of the Lord.
It is. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been on his channel for a long time. But doesn't he have like 1,500? Doesn't he have like 15,000 subscribers or something? Doesn't he have like a big channel? I mean, what does he need to go at you for? I don't.
To protect y'all. It's about y'all.
Bro, this dude said Jesus and I spoke, and he told me you're lying, bro. What the?
Bro,
you thinking for Jesus?
He's capping for Jesus. Capping for Jesus.
That's why I had to get straight. I was like, bro, I was like, Peanut, like, this is a big claim now. You're making like, I'm just saying, I'm not doubting that you're hearing voices. I'm just saying.
These are fighting words now, because you claiming that Jesus is calling Syl a liar.
I was like, so God and Jesus don't intervene much.
But they do when it comes to Syl Abdul. Because
God knows. Enosh, and they told Enosh that Syl was full of shit.
Like that's worth their time. God and Jesus' time.
Hey, wait, hold up. What did Jesus say? Did he tell him like, yo, hey, yo?
Yo, hell.
I would say that if anything, Tony that Chris was a fish show.
Sky. That's how Jesus started off his sentences. He said, hey, yo, hey, bro.
He said, hey, yo.
Mike Fisto.
Don't touch me.
I was like, bro. I was like, are you saying right now that they're telling you that I'm lying right now? That's all I wanted to know. I was like, you know what? He told me.
Yo, y'all stupid.
They're trying to save us from us, like Leon said the other day.
We don't need saving. We're adults who make our own choices with our own.
And Jesus blocked him on Twitter.
Yo.
And just so you know, Enosh, Jesus follows Mikey Sutton on Facebook. I just want to point that out.
Hey, wait a minute. He got Jesus on Facebook Messenger. Maybe he sent him a message on the Messenger. And that's how he told him that Syl and Mikey was full of steam. Like, yo.
I said, he told you what? I said, he told you what, Enoch? I told you.
Syl's like, come again. What did Jesus say?
He said these.
He said, hey, don't believe him, but show him these.
Show him your balls. It's okay.
That'll teach him.
Show him those holy balls.
I'm like, bro, if you didn't want to talk no more, all you had to do is say that.
Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm say anything.
Jesus be like, hey, bro. These cats are full of shit. Wow. These cats are full of shit. Yeah.
Stop trying to use God and Jesus to win arguments. That's just so like.
Oh. My thing is, Enoch couldn't think of anything better to ask Jesus. You talking about Syl and Mikey?
I would have ended World Hunger. Not.
I was literally thinking World Hunger too, bro. I was like, World Hunger, bro. Yo, bills need to get paid.
Yo, Jesus, about Syl and Mikey.
Hold on, look.
Jesus, I need help by these damn scoops.
No, I want to know who brought who up first. Did Jesus bring up Syl first, or did Enosh bring up Syl first?
Did Jesus send Enosh? Is that what you
said? Jesus sent Enosh to deliver us from Syl and Mikey.
To deliver us from who?
From the sins of Syl and Mikey.
You're giving the Apostles' Creed a whole new meaning now.
He said, "Enjoy it while it lasts." So I guess like it's like the last days of my scooping or something. Like I don't know. He said like
the apocalypse of scooping.
Right, he said that right before he pulled it out. he like yeah.
Oh, he it was the last. Dropping D's was the last sign. Now it's the Syl Nation apocalypse.
How many years you got left?
Yo, look, that shit is crazy. I cannot believe that this man was behaving like this.
Neither can I. I really liked Enosh. I really, truly did. And it's like I just was gonna not follow him for not liking Syl, but then this is just. I lost respect. I mean, that's the reality. Is I lost respect from a guy I used to respect very much.
Mikey says it's his calling to go against the people's champ.
Man, and this Sunday, man, he definitely is. Man, this Sunday I was getting ready to go to this church too, dog.
Oh man,
I can't even do it now, bro. I can't even do it.
Hey, they ain't passing me the collection plate, because I ain't putting that.
I was like, in good conscience.
Skywalker will push the collection plate away. No.
I wonder what his sermons are like. I mean, honestly, I wonder if he like brings you guys up in them, like
whips it out.
Sinners.
Let me just put these on your forehead.
Grifters.
They blessed.
Frauds. Heretics.
Lend me your scoops.
Oh, they're stealing your money. Give me your money.
Hey, the first thing I would have said this Sunday is, why y'all got a collection plate but y'all don't like super chats? That's crazy.
We are pure. They are.
I'd be like, yo, hey, what? Are you putting your sermons behind a paywall? Is that what?
don't even start with that Patreon shit. You know that's evil.
Bro, are you trying to make me pay for your sermons? Are they behind a paywall, bro?
Why you trying to monetize God's word, brother?
Yeah, church already is a business.
This motherfucker said,
Jesus did say, drink all the wine, Pastor.
Yo, Mikey got jokes.
Some of y'all don't care about being a pastor.
There's so many jokes to go once the guy's a pastor and Jesus gets involved. There's so much you can.
But he brought the shit up. He said,
he did
talk to him, and they were talking about Syl and Mike.
Yeah, he didn't need to bring up the Jesus talked to him about these people. I mean, like he invited this mockery. Honestly, I mean,
yeah.
Sinner Syl and Sinner Son.
Sinful scoop center. The looting.
He's got Scoop Center on slides to show people what sins are.
He be sitting there like with a PowerPoint every time fucking Mikey and Syl segue to something. Yeah, I was about to say that shit. Heresy.
Evil critical thinking.
Jesus juice.
Man, look, bro.
And y'all know how we feel about them super chats.
Hey,
but pass that plate
look,
around.
y'all. If Enosh ever offer y'all some Kool-Aid, don't drink that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
You want the real good news? You gotta pay
bro. He was like, yo, go and drink this Kool-Aid and go over there and lay down. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah.
he keeps the Kool-Aid behind a paywall, though. You're safe.
Yeah.
Give me money for this brick. We want
not enough subscribers.
Hey, is that why he was really mad? Because we was cooking his ass for that brick shit? Like, is that why this dude was mad?
There was a couple of things in that.
Oh man, I forgot it was him with the brick.
We wasn't even roasting him though. You remember Zod? He made that anthem, that Snyder anthem.
Oh my God! Yeah. I mean, you talk about whack. Oh my God, that was horrible.
Hey, wait, real quick. Y'all didn't know that he's a leader in the fandom?
He is the leader, right? I mean, he is the boss of you guys. That was my understanding.
Yeah, he's a leader in the fandom.
Well, Johnny, I left the coat, Johnny.
Yeah, we left the cult, but we left the cult before you got back, Johnny. It was rough.
Syl Nation is where we get our therapy. You know what I'm saying?
It was like leaving Scientology, bro. It was like, go out of here.
Sin Nation and Sin Center.
Sin Nation. Like Fisto.
But the sins ain't free. Send in those super chats. Hit that like button. Shut the fuck up.
Go ahead and pass the collection plate around one more time.
Straight up.
He be like,
Scoop Center. I think y'all still like this.
He be like, yo, I need y'all to dig deep into your hearts. You know what I'm saying? Go on and please give me a super chat.
Your heart. How far down your pocket? That's your heart.
How far down does it go?
He just told me you got more money. He just told me.
How far is your pocket? I mean your heart.
Did he say Jesus told me you got more money?
There ain't no telling what else Jesus told him about Syl and Mikey. For real, Jesus got all the dirt on everybody.
Hey, I got a question. Why couldn't Jesus tell you how to make your channel pop? Like real talk.
Nah.
Why he didn't give you that little piece of information? You know what I'm saying? Like, how to have a fucking personality, bro.
Yo.
He can't tell you. Jesus doesn't have the clue. He doesn't know how to tell him. He don't know what to tell him because he knows he's not going to listen.
Bro, look, you want to know what's so funny? They be so obsessed with motherfuckers over here, and don't nobody. Dude, do you know the last time I saw a Enosh fucking video, bro? It's just been like, yo, don't nobody care about y'all, man. And it's like y'all fucking jumping in these trying to get some clicks and content and shit, and it's like, yo, y'all just gonna keep getting cooked, man.
Last time I saw. Go ahead, say what you say.
I'm just saying this all started because he jumped in the thread unprovoked. Like this, literally, why all this started, y'all. Like,
bro, he went in like he got tagged in that bitch, bro.
Right, and we didn't mention him not one time. Nobody was thinking about him. He wanted to be relevant. That's why he started this. And then he knew RJ and the cavalry would come in.
Shit, my name was getting brought up. You know what I'm saying? The fuck, bro.
Well, you know why, Scott.
The scoop.
Yeah, Skywalker, you got a reputation too. We all
because of the scoops.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, people got to stop jumping in shit that they ain't a part of, yo. Real talk.
Stay in your lane. Is what you like to say, Scott.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly. William is William. Hey, Integrity, is William the guy that works at the hardware store? Is that who you're talking about when you say William is cool over there, but some of the younger guys are different?
William's head, son. Why you be on that man's head?
Because to me it's like, he's always making it seem like his guy knows more than everybody else. It's like, dude, work at the hardware store. What does he know?
Wait, does he really work at a hardware store?
Yeah, he be doing streams from the hardware store when he gets on Enosh's panels, bro. Trash,
bro. The motherfucker work at Home Depot. I used to work at Home Depot, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? You got live from the tool section.
Live from the paint department.
Hashtag trash panels. If you know, you know.
Trash panels.
For
now,
real.
You know, I found it, now, this is gonna sound petty when I say this, but it's like I just found it weird. Like in the middle of the conversation with Enosh, or I think it was like when the thread kind of went off with you or something like that, and he was like, "Yo," I think it was sickness, but anyway, he was like, "Yeah, I got 12,000 subscribers," and it's like, and he don't. I just thought that was kind of weird. Like I don't round up. Like I got 4, you know.
He was talking about he was complaining Syl because he didn't make enough.
Hold up. How Syl said that? He said that's so chill. He said, and he don't.
Wait. We ain't about to just gloss over that, bro.
Yeah, we ain't about to hop over that.
Gloss over that.
Hold on, bro.
Man said he got
12,000 subscribers.
See, I fact check stuff, right? So I'm like, I was telling you to fact check me. He said, "Boy, I got 12." I'm like, "Oh man," I'm thinking to myself, "Man, your channel just popped, bro." Because I remember last time. Oh, okay, it's still there. So, like,
yo,
right? Why? Were you told you had 12,000?
RJ told him he had 12,000.
No,
did Jesus tell you that? Because if you think it's Jesus don't lie, brother.
If Jesus is lying to you, you got a real problem.
I'm trying to tell you, Enosh, you ain't talking to the Lord. I'm just saying. It ain't him.
That's why I got serious with him, Leon. I was like, hold up now. You said Jesus told you. I was like, is he telling you I'm lying right now? I'm like, real talk. Tell me, whoever's talking to you.
Hey, Syl, is Jesus in the room with us right Can you?
I see a face behind you.
I was like, if he's in the room, I was like, you had like leave your house and call 911.
Yo,
don't turn around, leave your house.
Just walk out right now.
It's all over with. You know,
he said, "You motherfuckers cutting wood in the back." That's always story. Oh my god, bro! What's the
place? Like, yeah, I got 12,000 subscribers. I was like, oh, damn thing, like, oh, he blew up, man. I checked. I was like, no, why do you say
that? Mikey says, I got 6 million readers. You were saying
straight up flex on them.
Okay. So we finally have solved the mystery about the hardware store guy. William is an older black gentleman on the panel that, in my opinion, does a good job. I don't think he's looking for silly drama, just a cool dude talking nerdy stuff. Yeah, you know, he's like the voice of reason on all those trash panels. I know who you're. Yeah, that's got to be him. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen him. He seems like a pretty good guy.
Yeah, that's got to be him. Mikey Sutton says Jesus has left the chat.
Yeah, I feel honored Jesus found these conversations entertaining.
I just can't believe that if you got the ability to literally have a verbal conversation with Jesus where he replies to you, all you're going to do is talk to him about Syl and Mikey. That's bogus. I mean, I love Syl and Mikey, but I got other things to talk to him about if that's the case.
That's why I didn't ask him. I was like, did you ask him or did he just start talking to you?
Or did he just say, shut up, leave me alone, Enosh?
He said he was told that I was lying. That's what he said. It's in the thread.
He was told by Jesus. It's in the thread. Yeah.
It's in the thread.
Yeah. Nah, I saw that shit. He definitely said it. He said, Jesus and I talked earlier, and he told me that Syl is lying.
So I was like, is he telling you right now? Everything I just put, I was like, I want to test it, right?
Mr. J, stupid, bro. Jesus unfollowed you.
Yeah, bro. Bro.
Jesus unfollowed him, but he forgot to block him, so he can still see Jesus' tweets.
He said, "Under the eyes of the Lord." You gonna really sit here and say that all my shit been wrong, bro?
Hey. Y'all,
you really gonna say that, bro?
Y'all saw my reaction when he said that. I was gone, bro. Oh Lord!
He was like, he told me these. I was like, oh man. I'm like, too far, bro.
Yo.
Like Jesus won't tell him it's not right.
Did he ask?
Oh my goodness, man.
Oh God.
Yo, real talk though, because I know real talk. Like, it felt really out of character, and I'm gonna say that, like, if anyone you know is kind of out of character, they really should take a mental health break from social media. Man. For real, I'm gonna pull a good Austin on that one. Take a mental health break.
Syl, especially real soon, man. Cause y'all in for a fucking rude awakening, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, you guys are in for a rude awakening, man. So, hey, take your breaks. You know what I'm saying? Get your affairs in order, yo. I'm telling you.
Cause that wasn't him. Like I said, when y'all saw the thread, I'm like, bro, like you probably should take a break.
Yo, it was Justice Peanut.
Justice Peanut, bro. Directed by Whedon, written by Jeff Johns.
Oh my god!
No, actually written by James Gunn.
Like, he said that it wasn't me. That was Justice. I was like, bro,
Justice.
All this justice talk.
And like real talk, cause like, yo, I guess he's cool with him or whatever. Whoever's cool with Enoch, like real talk, like check on him. Like maybe you should take a little break because he hasn't been streaming. They said lately, so Just you need a break. You need to disconnect from social media, man. That wasn't him. I'm real talk. That was not. I don't know what that was today.
Yeah. Well, they have medicine for things like that. So I'm just saying when you're hearing voices in your head, and you know.
Hey, he was butt naked in a GIF on Twitter.
Scott said he was butt naked in a GIF, bro.
How do I take this, bro? Like, the conversation's over, right?
That's gotta be sexual harassment. Gotta be.
I didn't sign up for that, bro.
Well, what I want to do right now is I want to go around and start getting everybody's final thoughts. I think we've kind of roasted Mr. Enosh enough tonight, I think we should kind of get. I think I need a drink after all this, man. I mean, that man literally had Jesus talking to him about stealing Mikey. I don't know. Bad Dan, what are your final thoughts on what's transpired here tonight?
I'm just going to say this. Real life is hard enough as it is. Since I kind of took a break from drinking, I realized that life is hard. And it's
back to it.
I'll be honest, I'm tempted, but I'm sticking till November, and I'm going to stand with it. But the point is, stop worrying so much about stupid, petty drama. If you don't want to follow scoopers, that's fine. Then don't. Don't comment on them. Don't talk about them. Just focus on your content, because I did enjoy Enosh's content. I really did. When he just focused on positivity and what he was interested in. That's when he struck best. And Enosh, if you just had a bad day, that's fine. Just own up, man up, apologize, move on. Simple as that. But enough of the stupid petty drama. Exactly.
One bad day. One bad day.
His origin story.
He got.
Oh, he the Joker now.
Enosh penis.
He the Joker now. One bad day, huh?
Bro, I know I'm a pastor. I don't care about none of that shit right now.
He said, "Fuck pants." He said, "Fuck pants." Y'all gonna catch these today.
Pants
Y'all gonna learn today.
He said the pants are optional, bro.
Oh boy.
All right, Mr. Leon of the New Geeks, thank you for being here, sir. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are wear a belt. We don't want to see all that. But real talk, if Christ is talking to you and he telling you lies,
that's a problem.
It ain't him, bro. I'm just saying. And that's real talk. I know I'm laughing, but you might want to put the phone down and consult with the doctor.
Consult.
Oh, Lord.
That's the key word, consult.
Consult with the doctor.
Goodness.
Yeah, I think that's all I got, man. Shout out to Syl Nation. Shout out to Mikey Verse.
That's right.
Cool table. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Much love.
Amen. Leon. Amen. Oh, God, guys. All right, Skywalker the Jedi. Have you averted the balcony tonight? Are you okay?
I'm over here damn near crying from laughing. This is hilarious, bro. Look, my final words are cocaine's a hell of a drug, yo. Real talk. Yo, real talk, man. Say no, man. Just say no. Just say no. Peer pressure can be a motherfucker sometimes. I know, but just look. Let's just keep this thing on track, yo. I ain't got nothing else, yo. This shit's hilarious.
All right, and Syl Abdul, the man himself. What are your final thoughts, my brother?
I just want to talk to the cult, Syl Nation cult, real quick. Real talk though. If people know how I move, it's I never go at anyone unprovoked. And in fact, I ignore a lot. So
That's true.
Yeah, sometimes when we kind of caught Enoch slipping today. So yeah, we're gonna have fun with that, and that is what it is. I know going forward, like I said, it's not gonna be a back and forth thing. So, and I do mean that when I say, if someone knows him, like they should reach out to him just to be like, bro, like kind of chill, because that's not how that's how you don't need to move like that. Now, shout out to Showcast in the chat. The influence of Syl Nation and Mikey and stuff like that. I mean, it's a real thing, right? And it's only going to get bigger because it's because of people that we rock with, right?
Two turkeys,
Zod and the Bat and everyone that's been rocking with us, man. That's why it's going to grow, not because of some evil scheme that we're having on people. Because that's the type of stuff. I don't know if people realize that that's the type of stuff that people are trying to throw on us, like we're. Like almost like our viewers are stupid, right? And that's one thing I will ride for Syl Nation for any viewer, because I know that y'all the most educated people out there, right? So, like I said, shout out to Syl Nation. So I'm always going to defend that. They could
Amen.
or or say anything about me. I could just block them or whatever. But when they're making comments about the viewers, and I'm just like, okay, now they're trying to challenge y'all intelligence, right? And so we're not going to stand for that. Shout out from Mikey. Thanksgiving. That's about it. It's coffee talk tomorrow, because they're gonna really be mad. Chris Wozniak likely will be back tomorrow on Coffee Talk, 4 p.m.
Hashtag Batman Gate.
Batman Gate update.
Yes, sir.
Hold on with that, man.
All right. And Sox Bulletins, what are your final thoughts, brother?
This Enoch guy needs therapy.
All right.
He needs therapy. He needs a high-level medication, and he needs to be put in a room, which is a padded cell away from society.
That's a good take. Okay.
Because the brother clearly has issues. Bad.
Yes. All right.
If you saw that thread, you'll say the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Johnny Alpha, your first day back with the ZodWriter Show. What are your final thoughts, my friend?
Oh man, just thank you guys for the entertainment. I've been away from this for so long, and it's just it's a great show. I gotta admit, like watching you guys and your stuff, it's awesome.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much, Johnny.
Lord, take the wheel.
It's almost it's always great, man.
Jesus, take the Twitter.
Jesus, don't press send.
Jesus leaving in the draft.
Nah, Jesus told him to press send. I don't know what y'all talking about, bro.
Jesus gave some commands tonight. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up tonight.
Jesus juice.
We're gonna wrap up tonight's episode.
Jesus, I wish I had an edit button.
We're gonna wrap up tonight's special Enoch edition of the ZodWriter Show. We're gonna wrap this up, and
in your pockets.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll see y'all on Thursday night with Neo Sevens Marcus for late night Q&A with ZodWriter. So good night, everybody.
Pass that collection plate.
Exactly. Deep down.